once again. So this is Victor. I am Randy.
Audio low on Twitter. Can you get
Audio
answer?
audio is low on Twitter. Wow, that's fast.
Big
That's
up
fast.
sir.
As in
A lot of people
low
saying
in
it's
the
good. A
Twitter
lot of people
space.
saying it's good.
Okay.
If the audio is good, just
Thumbs up.
is the audio low, people? If it's not, if the audio is good, thumbs up.
And that's the people in the space. Okay, good. I see a couple of people say audio good. All right, thank you very, very much. So once again, welcome to this week's Big Talk. I am Randy,
And I'm Danhai.
and this is Big Talk. Another week, another Big Talk. I'll start off with an early disclaimer. Danhai, who is the guy, if you're watching us on YouTube, Danhai is the gentleman on the other side of the screen over there. And if you are listening, he's a voice that is not this voice speaking. He is a licensed investment advisor. I'm Randy, I am not. And while Danhai is a licensed investment advisor, while he's speaking on the show, absolutely nothing he says should be taken in any way, shape, or form as investment advice. Nothing I say should be taken as investment advice, because it definitely isn't. You shouldn't buy or sell anything based on what we speak about or what anybody comes on and ever just speak about either, regardless of their jobs or qualifications or
How much
whatever.
what them so, or how much what them like sound just like what you want out of it. Then doing that based on what they know and what and their situation. Do it based on yours. So
There we go. All investment decisions should be based on your own creation, and it should be based on advice from a licensed investment advisor. I recommend Danhai. I'm biased, but he happens to
me
be
too.
the best. He has to be the best equity advisor on the market currently, and it's been out a while, and I don't think shifting unless somebody come and take the crown. Maybe. Well, I'd love if somebody gave Danhai some competition for the crown. That would be good. That would be good. But yeah, that's my long-winded way of saying you should not buy or sell. There are many other advisors, but we're talking about the best. You should not buy or sell based on anything that we say on the show. If you want to speak with an advisor, I recommend Danhai at B Hall Advisors, and you can speak with him and have a proper B Hall Advisor. Actually, thank you, Danhai, you're right. Have a proper session in which he can guide you through your goals and your needs and your wants and the reality of your own situation. Right? Outside of that, we're just two guys who really like stuff, passionate about the market, and so we talk to the people every week, and we talk to ourselves every week about the market. And we encourage you, if you want to jump on, you can ask us any questions. I'm a guy who really loves podcasts, and one of my dreams over the years has always been listening to the podcast, and I wish I could say something to them there. I wish I could ask them something. And so as somebody who does that and has felt that, that's why we allow you on Twitter to join us. So if you're watching us on YouTube and you want to join, look in the description, click the link that says Twitter Space, and just jump in and join us. And ask any question, send a speaking request. We will accept it. We can have a great conversation. Otherwise, we hear Danhai and I talk about whatever we care about on the market, from our perspective. And yeah, I think I've covered it all. So this week's official, I hope so. This week's official topic is complain or profit, right? Which is a very, very funny thing. So with let me give the actual blurb that I use. I said that many times a future profit often lay in, the things that we complain or we worry about initially. And then when you really get down into it, oftentimes you find that you actually have made or will make or could have made profit from the thing that you were complaining about. There are lots of examples of that. I'll talk about some, I'm sure then I will talk about some, and if you guys have any, we'd love to hear, we'd love to talk about the video. It's a funny thing because the layers to it, right? Meaning, I tweeted, those of you who follow me on Twitter, know that I tweeted, I was following for a while, and I tweeted one complaint or profit. In fact, I think it might have been a year ago or 2 years ago. And it was against government official and opposition official. Somebody was complaining about something that the government can't change. The food prices. And I was just pointing out that complain or profit, right? There are companies that are making money from the rise in the cost of living. I mean, it only rises because they are increasing prices, which they have to many times. And I don't know if I've ever been cancelled. It's not really a cancellation, but it steps on a couple of feathers. You ruffle a few feathers. You say that, yeah. Ruffle regular festivals. And funny, since then, I have seen where people have come to realize the reality of it, right? I think Cisco was a good example of it after that. Cisco is also a great example of it. I
Just like
can't
alright.
change, yeah, I can't change gas prices around the world. Cisco can't change gas prices around the world. The government of Jamaica can't change gas prices around the world. Funny enough, the government of Jamaica can affect in some way gas prices locally, but if you know a little bit more about how they can affect that and what that money is used for, you may actually not want them to bring it down. Right? It is a rough thing to say. I understand. I'm not saying that people shouldn't. I mean, I think the gas price I took, I complained, but I think Cisco is the first time a lot of people are realizing, yo, I can't change the rising gas prices, but for the first time, I can benefit from it. Um, and so that's a great example of complaint. So you can complain about it or you can profit. And of course, some people go, well, you can complain and profit. Yeah, 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 yeah. You can do both. I encourage you to do both. Actually, in fact, the more you profit, is the more the more weight your complaints carry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the people who pay more taxes have a much stronger say in government than when lobbying government than the people who pay
Yeah, man,
smaller
cause
taxes.
yo, you want this money or not?
Exactly, right? Yeah,
That's
yeah. A major thing. So that's the idea behind the complaint or profit. And they're oftentimes, like I said, taking it out of that situation is generally, oftentimes when we complain about certain things, so we find things to complain about, and or things people complain about on the market, and when you look at it, it actually can turn into profit. So we'll talk about that, but I did say also that you can join, or we do have some people who have sent speaking requests already. One of them is already accepted. 10 more will accept it. The first one is, I hope I pronounced it right. Nayama Fior, Nayama Fior. Nayama Fior, what's up? You can hear me?
speaking your music.
Yeah, yeah, you have to unmute.
He's connecting. Hold on.
I'm connecting. I had to put, in a while I connected, somebody saying a message saying, my DM's closed, have a question. If you have a question, jump on, send a speaking request, and just ask a question. We can have a conversation about it there. And my DM's closed. My DMs have been closed for a long time, for years.
Wrong.
Um, yeah, if there's a question that absolutely needs to be DM'd to me, so, but if it's just like a question on the master, so we're talking about, come on and talk about it.
That's what this is for.
Exactly. It's a great chance for you to, it's a great chance for us to have that conversation. Otherwise, we'll all just be listening. So yeah, person send that DM or send a message about the DM. Just send a speaking request and we'll talk about it. And in the meantime, is Nana 4 back on? You guys pronouncing that incorrectly. As he's reconnecting. Alright, while we're trying to reconnect, Richard Stedler. I think Richard
Richard.
he was trying to connect last week, didn't I?
I don't know. I was maybe trying to connect earlier. I didn't see him just now. Is he back?
Well, I see him also connect. I hope in connection is a lot better this week than it was last week. I believe it was the same person I was trying to connect last week.
I'm sure it's Richard, you know? I know this. I know Richard by name. So.
Well, this was the same person from last week. Richard said, like, when it finally connected, let us know. Let us know.
Okay, and then we'll talk to you about what you want to talk about.
Yeah, man. And anybody else can speak in you want. And while I wait on you guys to do that, and I mean, I guess I gave one example a while ago. What's another example? I don't know if you have any idea around that, then around, on where opportunities where you can complain or you can profit. Where the thing that feels bad is often actually an opportunity for profit once you go deeper into it, once you actually understand what is causing the bad thing or what's behind the bad thing.
One that, I said like a base example. I look like COVID. Like,
Oh, that's yeah.
like immediately say, yo, John Holmes, like a strong complaint of COVID. Or if you think about it, the lockdowns and John, we really can't think that people started to act in a certain way. We know that we basically hurricane treatment. Let's empty the supermarket shelves.
That's true. I'll never forget that day in March where everybody in Kingston was at Price Mart.
Uh-huh. And when Spanish Town saw lockdown, so yo, the car leave Spanish Town, so everybody make sure they do them things. So then immediately, yo, you know the first thing. I mean, we all know how bread things go.
Hmm.
Every bread I go done, so every other bread item I go done. Tin food I go stock up on because it becomes a we really don't know when. I mean, we hear these dates and we can leave our yard to do our shopping or whatever, but we know what woman will look like on that day. So
Hmm.
yeah, very quickly then, Jano. All right, cool. There's a strong complaint across Jamaica, but if you just look at it from, all right, but who benefits? Is there a benefit somebody can get that I can tap into? Then,
Hmm.
boy, Grace was nice to me. Honey Bun was nice to me. And it was nice to she. Those things were nice to things that to those companies. They're making a lot of money off of things like that. Like all the food portfolio gone up on great. And then if you take things that and on the next side, it's on the whole Cambia situation. So the general complaint in the spirit can benefit, these guys benefit. And you just put yourself there. I think that's generally how you should look at it. I mean, I think the big problem is like, I mean, you found it. It's when people are in them complaining to me, I'm coming
Hmm.
up positivity, my boss. I'm coming up, okay, you're vexed for this thing, but this is how you benefit from that. I mean, nobody really wants to hear that, bro. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
we are men. And as a girlfriend complain about something, you come and explain to her.
Oh, that's a good
I'll
track
give her a
statement.
solution. Give her a solution.
That's a track statement. But my girlfriend doesn't complain at all.
Well,
She's the best ever, and she never complains. So good try, Satan.
I would say mine is the best ever, but I don't think we've gotten past complaints. So I don't know about that one. So yes, we are all men though. It's just they tell us all the time. You know, brother, come explain. That's generally when people in them complain, especially as a group, then
Mm.
you really want the issue. The issue is to talk about whatever. Talk about the issue whatever. Now come from now, let's see. I say, yo, all right, cool, bro.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Michelle. I approve it for you to be able to talk to us in a moment, but you can interrupt Danai. We'll keep
Okay,
complaining.
the
Yeah,
question that I
intro,
would
man.
love to ask, what's the best way to do investment now? What sort of investment would you encourage someone to go into?
Great, depends on you.
Just give me the general, a general answer.
Michelle, tell me something. What's the best car to have in Jamaica right now?
No,
Give me the general
let me
answer.
let me be more specific. In like one of those banking place.
But
I don't know what you mean.
I think I mean, like,
No, hold on. No,
if I go to
no,
one,
no,
yeah,
no.
let's say,
Don't. Yeah, better you specify it, Michelle. What you mean when you say,
All
what
right.
what you mean?
All right. Like for example, a place like what go down the other day. SSL. Which one of them you think would be a better place of doing some investment?
mm, so it's
Oh, so
broker.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You see, that's the
Uh,
thing. That's the thing, Michelle. That's you sure that's what you mean? As in, which broker would be best for you?
Yes, because I heard really I'm gonna be more specific then. I heard about JMB, I heard about wait name
Barita.
Barita,
Mm-hmm.
Barita,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard about another one. I don't remember what's the name of that one.
There's
Which one?
14 of them. There's 14 of them in Jamaica, so there are
No
lots
option.
of them. Yeah, man, there are many, many options.
That give good returns.
The broker doesn't give you the return.
So, yeah, so
The
the
broker,
broker does is they just connect it to the investment. So they allow you to buy stocks through them. They sometimes they have thing there. They have a portfolio of stocks or whatever that you can buy into. So
Mhm.
you can buy bonds from them. They allow
Mhm.
you to facilitate. They facilitate transactions for you. They
Okay.
don't. So
they
what you
broker the
invest in,
transaction for you.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what you
Mhm.
invest in is just
Mhm.
something that they allow you to invest in through them. So
Oh.
they won't take, I mean, if depending on you go to the broker, very often
Mhm.
they tell you what they offer, and
Okay.
sometimes the boy you can buy into this investment scheme called a unit trust, where
Mhm.
you put your money here, you can generally buy stocks through this and something like that. That's where the
Okay.
broker will give you something, but the returns that they each give you depends on the broker itself. Of course, they'll tell you what the returns are. They should tell you.
depends on the thing that you're
It
buying,
depends
not
on
the
what you're.
broker.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the thing you're buying is what you get the return from the broker themselves, not necessarily.
So your thing would, you don't advise like persons on which one of the stocks that's really high now or low.
Oh yeah.
So
So I
Danhai
tell.
does
So
that.
my advice is just. So my advice to people is all right. Say they want to buy stock, right? So a client comes to me and they say, oh, I want to invest and I want XYZ from my investment. And I say,
Mhm.
boy, okay, so stock will work best for you, or the
Mhm.
stock market will work best for you. And I tell them which stock to buy and what why we buying it and all of that. And then they would buy based on the recommendation.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. You know,
Mm-hmm. Which stocks to buy?
yeah, which one are the one you recommend where you
Uh,
would get good returns now? I know that the market is like it's a fluctuate, things go up and down, but
always, every day, up
I
and down.
know, I
Yeah,
know.
man. Mm-hmm. So,
So,
so which to tell you which stock thing there, that
mm-hmm.
disclaimer we give, we don't do it on this show. So I wouldn't be telling you here which stock
Oh,
you should buy
okay.
or whatever. We'll be in a
Oh,
session, an actual advisory
oh,
session with
okay. It
me,
would be a private session.
private
Has
session.
to be.
Yeah,
It has to be,
Okay.
Michelle. Because
has
think
to be.
about it, sir. Think about it, Michelle. If you live in, let's say you live in somewhere that the road really really bad,
Mm-hmm.
then the best vehicle for you
Mm-hmm.
would be like maybe a SUV or something with a 4x4 or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the person, if somebody live in New Kingston, maybe a better car for them would be like a regular smaller car, a Note
Yeah,
or
because
whatever,
the
right?
road better.
So
You
this is
can
why you
get round
can't just know what
easier.
is the best,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Everybody different, and the best advice is the
Mm-hmm.
advice that's tailored for your specific situation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So
Okay.
like that's why you hear me say that Danai is the best at giving equity recommendations for that.
Mm. Okay.
In my obviously in my view, I've been looking for years. I've been paying attention to the industry for years and years and years, and it is an area in which the industry still has a whole lot of improvement that they can make. So I'd recommend
Mm-hmm.
Danai, but I am biased. So, but I'd recommend Danai and see how you go. Yeah, man, a session with him is good. You go be hard advice. Danai are not doing your ad campaign. Tell the lady where
Yeah,
to
yeah,
find
man.
you.
So if you want advice from me specifically, you want to know what I think is the best stock for you to buy, go on
Mm-hmm.
dhalladvisory.com, book a session with me,
What's the name of it?
dhalladvisory.com. If you go on my
Oh,
page right now, just click my name, you'll see it there on my page.
okay. All right,
You
I'll
just go
check
there,
it out.
book a session, and then we are good to go. We come the session, 1 hour, we talk about the goals, why you're buying
Mm.
this, how much money we're going in there with, what we should be seeing from it, and I'll tell you what we should, I'll tell you what the plan we have then for what we should be buying and how we should go about the investment that we want to make.
Okay. What about fixed deposit?
What about them?
That, yeah, what about them?
Um, do you think fixed deposit would give good returns?
Good is subjective. So
What you
fix
call
the pot.
good?
What you call good?
It's very interesting to me to hear what somebody who Michelle, you're not really like you're new to maybe you're not in finance or anything like that.
No,
All right, that's what do you call consider to be good?
like because let me give an example. A couple years ago, maybe about 2, 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I I was trying. This is trying. I was trying to see what the return would be like at one of the banks, um a bank, and I fixed like $1,000,
Mm-hmm.
and that's US. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the year, I think I only get like $10.
On top of
Mm-hmm.
your 1,000,
Mm-hmm.
that's been a good year.
All the investment they bought for you. All the investment that they gave was a fixed deposit.
Yeah, fixed deposit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
All right. So the fixed deposit thing, it depends. So yeah, that's a real question. So the thing about fixed deposit is they usually tell you, and they have to tell you at the start how long the money will lock up and how much money, how much, how would I say,
How
how much
much
return they get. So if you put X
exactly?
amount of money, you can get X amount of money back, and they tell you that
Mm,
on the jump. So what you
mm.
should do there is, yo, if I put in $1,000, how much am I getting back at the end of the day?
I think that
And
was my fault of not asking.
I mean,
No,
they
they
often
must have told you.
they must tell you. So it
Yeah.
meaning it's if you weren't told, if you never know, then that sound like it wasn't properly explained or something. I really don't. But they should tell you, so you know
Mm.
now. If you're going to them, then make sure you ask them that. And I mean, any investment, ask
No,
really.
that's the reason why I tried to seek out like the different banks.
Hmm.
If me I go do this the fixed deposit to see,
Hmm.
like what's the percentage on your on that you receive on your thing.
But the thing about it is often you get the similar returns, similar thing that return like fixed deposit across the board. You
Mm.
don't necessarily find much variation. So if it's a 1 year thing, then you'll find that they're generally within the same level of return that you get.
Mm.
But ask them, they should tell you. And if that money they don't sound good to you, then you probably shouldn't be putting the money in fixed deposit yet, basically. So they should tell you
That's
from the
it.
jump.
That's it. But a lot of people want to do the stock market, but them afraid that money go down like December.
You
Woo!
saying the
Well,
money had nothing to do with the stock market.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
saying losing money had nothing, but yeah, that's the general fear people have around the stock market. They don't know where to start, and the truth is that's the market. It can go up or down, and that's the hard part. With a fixed deposit, you know, say the man will go in the 1% at the end of the year. Be
Which
good.
is probably what it's gonna be. Anywhere between 1 and like 5 or
You
6 is
probably
what
know,
it
no, probably a little bit more now because the
a fixed
government
deposit.
interest rate. Yeah,
So
yeah, man.
this is
What's up?
something that you guys do every Friday.
Every Friday.
Yes, for like years now.
Oh, cause
Years now.
this is the first time I'm like seeing this on Twitter.
Well, I'm
Oh,
happy that you're seeing it now,
well,
Michelle. But
happy you found us.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
no, I know,
Right
and
in
only
time.
one time
Right
for
in
the
time.
week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just
only one time
Friday.
for the week.
Yeah, just Friday.
Just
So
Friday.
Oh,
this is
okay. So I'll
listen
be
to this, listen to
tuning
this.
more to hear, and learn more.
It
I
is right.
hope
And feel
so.
free to
Cause
pass through, ask a question. We're here to answer as much as we can.
yeah, man. All right. Thank you.
You're very,
All
very
right, Michelle.
welcome, Michelle.
Bye
Yeah,
bye.
man, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Michelle, has had to deal with
The
the
fixed deposit trap.
yeah, boy.
Yeah, man. What you want? Yeah, man,
Yeah,
fixed
boy.
deposit. Yeah, I tell you, Jamaica. I think, I mean, that's investing for many Jamaicans. Meaning that's the only level of thing, the only level of exposure that they get from
Mm-hmm.
anything. Nobody's really telling them about. And you go to a bank, you go to a thing, and that's the first. I remember, I remember walking into a bank, and that was what they were saying. They asked me was I interested in investment, and boom, I got a long conversation about the fixed deposit can do for you.
Yeah, and you know why? This, a lot of
I
sales
mean,
targets
oh yeah, 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 of course.
are
And
linked to it. So,
mhm,
and it hasn't stopped. I tell
mhm,
people, say, yo, when you go to the, in fact, how it used to be, I don't know if it still happens, or it used to be that, what, I used to tell people, like, yo, when you go to the broker to open
mhm.
the brokerage account, to open the equity account, they're going to try and tell you not to do it, and they're going to instead try and sell it either a fixed deposit or a unit trust or
I still hear
something
those
else.
stories so often. It's still baffling. I thought we're at a point where I mean, not to a good degree, and I probably get spoiled by neighbors, or where you hear more like you hear like abroad, like it's more than just that.
Mm,
You go to you go to an advisor, and to me, the idea for me was okay. We're all involved in the market certain ways now, but then
mm.
I probably right out like I said, I'm probably spoiled by neighbors.
Almost certainly. Almost certainly. I remember when I was doing the securities course, and I was wondering how so many neighbor people,
Yeah.
neighbor get
We
to
send
add up the
everybody
week.
in, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
sending
And
up.
I find out
Hey,
that,
not only license, everybody.
yeah, I find out that once you work there, is it a requirement? At least was it a requirement at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, them send everybody
It
to the
was
securities course.
everybody eating there, yeah,
Yeah,
man. So operations, the whole people, the whole go.
boy. I hope better
But then,
for people.
yeah, but maybe has kind of formed themselves around the market so much.
Hmm.
So you expect that from them, right?
Kinda, yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, they treat that part of their business in a different way. Most other brokers is just a part of the place, and trading isn't where so it's not necessarily. I think it's not a strong focus for them. That's not where they most of their money. Maybe very heavy on that. So
Yeah. Well, I've said it again. I've said it in the past, and I still say that they're one of the few brokers that take the market seriously.
Yeah.
GK, like I said, look at them taking the crown currently, and I hope JM is also taking it seriously, and I
Barita
hope the
done.
other,
Barita
yeah,
gonna do them thing.
Barita, yeah, well, Barita the market update, and I don't know if it, when I say take the market seriously, I put a lot
Oh
more
yeah,
into it,
okay,
and
yeah. I mean for their purposes, right? Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, yeah, I hope more
Actually
people,
using the market, yeah.
exactly, I hope more people do that. All right, let me hear from Joel, who just sent his speaking request. Sir Joel, how you doing? Joel Henry.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Night, yeah, man, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up? I'm alright. I just wanted to ask what you guys think of tourism sector currently. Um, I kind of figured this would usually be their highest performing quarter, but judging based off the market, it looks a little bit, uh, So I just wanted to know
When
what you.
when you
Looks
say
a little
thing,
bit, hold on.
what yeah, I thought what do
One
you mean by
second,
that?
I. There's one thing that people do a lot of with that, right? It's kind of like what you just said a while ago, Joel. It's you're looking at it, and right now, it kind of look a little, I mean, you don't say the word. No, if we respond, what we're responding to is what we think you are about to say in our mind. What does the sector look like to you right now?
Well, I would say kind of looks like it's underperforming.
The sector looks like it's underperforming.
Well, based off of their stocks, it kind of looks like it to me.
Okay, so you mean that the share price
Share price.
for a couple of companies are lower than you would like currently?
Okay, I guess that's a better assessment or better way to put it.
No,
Yes.
man, I'm not trying to correct you. I just want to be sure what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying that that'd be a yes. I'm saying that you're kind of capturing what I'm trying to say better. So yeah.
I want to be sure. And in that distinction, that's what I want
hmm
you to kind of get, right? That's one of the things I always get to, that's one of the points that I make sure to highlight when I'm doing the grow up course, is to make it clear to people. It's a simple thing that people say, but would always take in a real way. The share price is not the company. A company can do extremely. Think of the share price. Think of a company like a person. I think of the share price like their reputation.
hmm
Like if I think Danhai is a brokey, sorry Danhai. If I
That's
think
fine.
Danhai is a
That's fine.
brokey, he could have 10 million US every month in his bank account. But if I think he's a brokey, I just think he's a brokey. So his reputation in my eyes is, oh, in broken
Oh,
down the
it's that
money.
bro.
In bank account is the reality. The reputation is just reputation. In the same way, the company's performance is the company's performance. You can see that from the revenue, you can see from the profit, you can see from a whole host of other things. But their share price is not the company. The share price is how us investors feel about the company.
How much we think it's worth? How much we're willing to buy it for?
Yeah.
Exactly. And what we expect for it in the future. That's the big, it's a subtle but important difference. That
Warren Buffett, if he's at the
yes, actually.
he has a nice line I like. If the market is a voting machine, not necessarily a valuing machine.
That's true. Although I would say that the market is also a valuing machine. I
Oh
think
no.
Buffett.
He said not necessarily. I think he said it. That I think
Yeah.
he said that exactly for that reason. But
And
yeah,
I think he said that because he
it was in
almost
response to
all.
somebody doing the same kind of question, the same kind of question we're getting now. Of yo, what
Okay.
going for the share price?
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
see
so
the whole of
I see
Buffett stuff.
companies doing X, Y, and
Mm.
but the price is not looking like that. And I think that was where it went with that. I'm gonna
So,
look it up.
yeah. So Joel, so Taylor, what you're saying is that you think that right now is a great time for tourism, but you're not seeing the share prices
Right.
of the tourism companies rising, which sounds to me like you own some shares in a couple of them, right? Or at least one.
Yeah, a couple.
Which one? Which one do you think is underperforming?
CPJ, Depot, to name a few.
CPJ Depot to name a two.
Name a
Any other?
few. A few. A
Yeah,
few.
but you only name two, so I'm saying that's two. Um, is there anything else in the tourism space that you consider that you own, I should say, that you think is underperforming?
I think significant. I think those two are the major, like my major
CPJ and Dolphin
investments. Yeah.
Cove. Uh, where's CPJ? Let me start off with CPJ. CPJ's current share price is $9.43. So go to My Money JA. That shows this. By the way, you can get the app now on My Money JA. Some of you notice that case is thing in the sidebar right here. Try the app and you can try that. Anyway, $9.43, and you think that that's underperforming, you say, right?
Yeah.
Versus what? Like, what do you think it should be right now?
Well, it's kind of falling from I think 12 earlier this Christmas. I
Hmm.
just feel like personally I didn't expect that.
You didn't expect it to fall, but
Yeah.
where do you think it should be then?
Well, I was thinking around 1460 at this time.
Mm,
Similar to Dolphin Cove as well. Dolphin did actually go to 16. I think 3 days ago.
but that's two different. That's two different stocks completely.
I know they're two different stocks, but yeah.
What price do you think Dolphin Cove should be at? It's currently at $14.31.
I think Dolphin Cove is really actually not doing so bad for me, to be honest with you. Because it did
What
hit
price?
16 2 days ago,
What price do
which
you think it
was,
should be at?
I think 16 is a very good evaluation for it. But, you know, I think it's doing okay, to be fair, for Dolphin Cove. But
So CPG beat it.
yeah,
Breaks it down.
yeah, yeah.
So what you really wondering is why the share prices are down, right?
Yeah,
That one is a draw thing. So I can tell you haven't done draw.
I did
Um,
a girl. I did one.
really.
I did actually. But it was
But
a while back.
you know what I point out as the most important thing when it comes to share prices, right? You understand, like you've heard me speak on this, not the same situation, but you've heard me speak on a situation around share prices, then, right?
Yeah.
All right. So tell me something with that in mind. Um, you wanted to know what do we think is happening with tourism in the industry now, or do we really wondering when are these two share prices going to go?
I mean, I don't really feel like you can tell me that, so I
It's not the
kind of.
trick me to telling you, but I think I can have you and anybody else who wants to see our existence. I think I can have you look on it critically and figure out certain things yourself. That's why I'm
Mhm.
asking you. That's why I'm trying you through this. So you think, okay, what price? I'm assuming you own both of these stocks because you want to sell them when they hit a certain price, right?
Yeah.
What price you want to sell? I got Dolphin Co. What price you want to sell the Dolphin Co. at?
Well, um, I would say around 18 because last year around this time, it, it was around there. So I was thinking, okay, maybe 18 for that. And CPJ, I mean, I bought in at, I think 11.
Mm-hmm.
So
Why
my,
mention last year this time?
No. So let's say that last part
Oh yeah,
first.
you're right. Okay, the
So
price.
what?
Okay.
You bought in
right,
at 11. So
comfortably, I'd sell like at 14.
so if CPJ were to hit 14, you would sell.
Yeah.
And when did you say you bought?
Must have been like October, November-ish.
But it was about
Slightly.
14 then.
Let me look.
It don't matter. You say you buy it at about 11, right?
Yeah, I bought at 11, between 11 and 12.
And
Yeah.
you're thinking to sell it when it hits 14.
Yeah.
But you bothered not. When did you expect it to hit 14?
I figured around this time because tourism would have been up.
And tourism is up, by the way. Tourism is up in a way that is almost scary.
Yeah.
Right?
Look on it this time last year. I mean, I'm looking. Everybody's favorite website, Tourism Analytics, where they look at the total air passenger movement. from
Is that
Mobile.
what they use?
Uh, one of them. I think this is. I know this is one of them. Is it?
Okay.
I've seen it. I've seen it. I don't know where I see it, but I've seen this and I see the. What's the next one? The airport
I,
website.
I'm not trying to help everybody in the world, my brother. I'm not trying to
But
help
yeah,
everybody in
I
the
mean,
world.
if
Yeah.
you were to check the total air traffic come this time last year, it's up
Yeah, man.
heavily.
Travel is up
Average
seriously.
58% mobile and 50 average 52% up in Kingston. So it is
Yo, at the
heavy
last
traffic.
draw, at split draw, and this speaks to your point also, Joel. At
Yeah.
split draw was this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, and at every draw you get to pick us. You don't go through, everybody gets to pick the spot that we go through to use the method on, right? And they pick, I think it's picked, so we were talking about ECL. They talk about ECL, which is also another tourism spot. And ECL being in Sangster's airport, of course, got us onto that specific time because Sangster's has been expanding to take on more people, more blah, blah, blah. I won't go into ECL too deeply. But I think 1 point odd million, what I mentioned ECL, 1 point odd million tourists have passed through the airport, I believe, between December and February of this year. Mobile airport alone. That's like half of the population of Jamaica. Take that number, and that amount of tourists have passed through Mobile Airport between December and February of this year. So tourism in Jamaica is doing massively well. There's no question about it,
No
and
question.
it's only growing. There's more and more hotels coming on stream. People start making back money from them Airbnb, the people that move there.
Mm-hmm.
CPJ itself, you will see, has been making significantly massive volume revenue, money coming in, right? 38 million US was their revenue between October and December of last year. And for context, that's like in 2021, the entire 2021, CPJ's revenue was 68 million US. So within 3 months, 38 million US is what they pulled in, and that's October to December of last year. I'm saying all that to say that tourism itself is doing massively in Jamaica. It's doing really, really well. And continues to do well. And
Inshallah.
it's shaping up to grow, right? Grow even more. More hotels coming on stream, more rooms, all of that. So I'm saying that because I want it to be very, very clear. You see how this lines up to company performance is not the same as share price
Supper. Yeah.
performance? Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So what you need to do is use the grow lesson then to go into what is likely to indicate the share price um, growth. And since we're on topic, we talk about complain or profit.
Yeah.
I hate to do this. The cancel, but if you use Twitter, I think maybe a year ago or a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, there were a lot of complaints about the environment in Jamaica, which we should have complaints about it, and how a lot of our beachfront is going to these hotels, and how approval has been given by NEPA for more places to be built, and I agree with that. That question being asked, and it should be answered. But that's a complaint 2 years ago that would indicate profit that we're seeing now. 2 years ago, CPJ share price, if you go to we're in March 2023. So if you go March 2021, while people were complaining about those approvals, CPJ share price was about $3.
Mm-hmm.
Right? March 25th, 2021, CPJ share price was $3.37. Right now, March 24th, 2023, so 2 years later, CPJ share price is $9.43. So a nice 184% increase. You see how what seemed like a complaint and something bad then, not that it's not, there aren't bad elements to it, but you see how it can still lead to future profit.
Yeah.
So I think what you might need to do is since you've been to grow, I recommend everybody to grow. Obviously, grow is not investment for it. That's why people learn how to invest and how to have a proper method of going into it. And the next grow is tomorrow. So you have between now and maybe 3 o'clock in the morning when I stop accepting applications, not applications, but accepting people pay for it to the grow if you want. And if every nickel that comes to store, the link is on screen or whatever. But yeah, I recommend that you use those grow, the things that you've learned at grow to think about them, where we are now in terms of CPJ share price and what we know is happening with tourism now and what CPJ actually, how CPJ earns from tourism now, where CPJ earns. What are the signs from all of that that might indicate the growth that you want with the time that you want? Get me?
Okay. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, man. And that's the way you want to approach it. And the beauty of you looking at it from the tourism aspect is that um, tourism in Jamaica is, the same stuff that helps CPJ is the same stuff that helps, similar stuff helps Dalton Cove, right? Similar stuff that helps ECL. I talk to the girls and tell all the time about the overall that circle of tourism, if you will. The beauty of it being that you hit ECL when you come to the airport, so you start earning from there. So ECL can also, in some way, can be a leading indicator. Or those same numbers that Danai was mentioning, the travel numbers, can be a leading indicator of the people coming in. And it's the same tourists that stop in Sanchez Airport and getting coffee at Starbucks and then him go on the Knutsford to the hotel where he eat a whole heap of nice jerk chicken and listen to Bob Marley and then them go out and they eat that food, that chicken provided by CPJ. Then them go out on another tour, kind of Duns River, right? And Duns River was full, so they went or they enjoy Duns River the next day. They go to Dolphin Cove. So it's that same tourist, and the leading indicator for that tourist is you came through the airport, right? And of course, there's also the what's the COVID thing called? Cruises. There's also the cruise ships. I needed to get through that. But yeah, you want to think about the entirety of the space. I think I'm looking at a real way, and then use those things to help guide you. Or you can take the shortcut and link banner, and he has to tell you to the best of his knowledge.
Hmm.
Both work. And if you want to do over grow, like I said, grow is tomorrow morning. So
Bro. All right.
all three options are in front of you.
I appreciate it. All right,
Yeah, man,
thanks.
what I had to say is just remember repeating what Randy said. Get a thing, get a clear idea on separate this stuff from whatever is going on around whatever. Get a clear
Yeah.
idea on how the stock move and when you actually expect this thing to think that and why. Give yourself reasons around that actually tie back into something repeatable.
Mm, fair.
Yeah, man, so I don't think you're not looking on the wrong place, but
My
there's also a lot more
perspective
into
is
it
too
than
shifted.
exactly
Yeah.
what you should do properly, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
You're very, very welcome, Joel.
Better boss.
Yeah.
Big up.
Thanks.
And like we said, people, complain or profit is the topic for tonight, so you can come on and talk about that or anything else on the market as usual. Uh, Send a speaking request and we'll talk about whatever you want. Talk about whatever you have in mind. I find I find funny. By the way, if YouTube audio is bad, I'm sorry. Just let me know if the audio is bad. We're still trying to work it out. I don't have my full system here. I'll tell you a couple weeks ago, the thing I used, I had a little thing working with and it burned out, it blew out. So I'm still working with a little put together system. Um, and we'll get it right in time. So apologies for that. And if you're not hearing us clearly, you always welcome on Twitter where you can hear us clearly. And we will be more than willing to talk about anything. Um, what I was about to say, then I was that Twitter is sometimes almost a cheat code for me. Because as you know, to be on Twitter,
People
you're
complain a
angry.
lot.
You have to be angry to be on Twitter. Yeah, man, it's a requirement. A requirement. You have to be vexed about something. And I said it before that if I had a business idea and I mentioned it on Twitter and everybody retweeted it and they tell me how good an idea it is and it must work, I would be
Great.
so I would be so scared. But you see them hate it. You see them they say, yo, that can't work. It don't make
Traffic.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, this
man.
boss.
you're good. Yo, you remember when Starbucks was just
Starbucks
going to
come and them
fail?
say, yo, that cannot work out here. Jamaican people are like this and Starbucks is like this and how they behave is complete. It won't work. I mean,
I
already have cafe
saw
brew.
I saw one person who I remember tweeting it in a Starbucks.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
And Petty Me had to go, yo, leave the person alone. Don't mention it to them.
You know, but
And oh, go ahead.
it was so much. I'm never going there. Support Jamaican businesses, and then somebody support the Jamaicans own the franchise. No man, it don't make sense out here. It came off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah man.
But what I take from that, nothing much, what I take from that is you look at it from like an empathetic perspective.
Mm-hmm.
We complain a lot, and I think because we've been so, especially when it comes to financial things, we're so scared that almost anything that we see, we immediately think it's bad. Your whole can is so bad. It must be wrong. It must be terrible,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And that's like the initial emotional reaction, and it takes a moment sometimes. For me, I think it takes somebody like empathizing with you, hearing what you do, and then trying to see what you're actually complaining about,
Mm-hmm.
and what you've heard and seen
And
so
yeah,
many
and you
times.
have to use it a certain way sometimes.
Yes, you kind of have to carry the person. You have to allow people to complain, which is a lesson that I learned from my wonderful girlfriend. And you have to allow them to complain and listen, and then carry them through the actual thing that they're complaining about. And sometimes I don't know if that's a extra seasoning with, all right, well, if that's true, what does it imply, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like, if government wicked, I'll give you another one. If government wicked because the teacher them, I'm coming to a person for politics talk, and I'm trying to get into political talk with anybody. But government wicked because the teacher them can't get paid, and them not pay public sector, but them agree GCC removal and importing horses. But yes, I look at that horse tax breaking. That is probably, I won't say it's a perfect tax break,
It's
but
not even hard to alone though.
it is
Goats, pig.
it really
I know goats. I've checked the exact figure, but it was a horse alone.
it is
Goats are definitely in there,
word.
bro, brother.
Well, what I'm saying, let me finish the point that I was saying initially, before people think that this is nobody's spending. Definitely not paid by any of these parties.
Is it a green?
It is definitely
Is
not,
a
right?
green ticket mouth?
It is definitely not a great job. But what I'm trying to make clear here with this point is that if you think about like that horse thing, if you just look at the horse part of it,
Mm-hmm.
horses are the OG private jet
Oh yeah, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
sports car. You have to be really. It is a king's game. It's a king's sport for a reason. You have to be really rich to be in the horse thing. The whole horse. To own a horse is a money thing, right? From you own it, it's like a child that can't talk and very expensive from birth till death. No,
Oh yeah, man.
why? But
Run your money.
I think of it. I think of it as one of the greatest tax breaks. Sorry, tell me. I want to hear the part you said, and because I know you
Oh
have some more
no,
insight
they're
into
running
that.
money and they don't necessarily make it back.
There's also that, right? You never really know if they'll work out.
They,
You can.
I can tell you that most horses, there's a reason it's a hobby sport for the people that own horses.
That's true because I mean, if you think about that, just from common sense. Even if you bring the horse in to make it a racing or a horse racing horse, right? There's only one horse win the race every time. So there are 14 of them in there, 12 in there, 10 in there, and you could have
You pick the
trifecta and
best.
all of that.
You pick the best four you saw, and
Uh-huh.
another man saw a better one, and you just never saw
Can
it. Imagine that.
imagine you take care of the four, you grow it, you get it to its good age, you actually train it, you get it to the point of racing, and you race and maybe give you 5 good years of racing, and it never win a race
Never
yet.
win ever, and they die pretty. My brother told me how easily they die from this. They can eat the wrong grass and get there.
Oh, yeah, I've actually seen, yeah, it can go pretty hard for horses very
Yeah,
easily.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine your horse falls in the middle of a race? You
Mm-hmm.
spend 5 million on that horse to this point. I'm not talking betting, I'm talking to care. It falls in the middle of a race and that's it. Everything's done.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. There's no more horse, there's no more anything, right? Anyway, the point is I don't want to leave the point unsaid. I think that it is, to my amateur eyes, almost a textbook tax break, meaning that's the sort of thing you give a tax break.
Mm-hmm.
Because when that one person brings in that horse, they're gonna be spend all that spend I just talk about is spend. where the horse feeding come from? Hyper, that's Sepper. Is Hyper Sepper? Or
No, that's
Versan is Sepper?
hyper is ABC.
JD. Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
right.
It's
Okay.
funny. But I think where you want to come, boy? Or
I might have
no, we had a conversation that led into me having to research that because I was saying something and you knew what I meant. Anyway, you're doing it. All right, but check. Like then I say that thing, but is it right? I have to go check.
Boy. Imagine that the years of trading to the dispensary thing. Anyway, yeah, I, that all that spend is done, right? Then I brother, I can say your brother is a vet.
Yeah.
My second favorite vet on Twitter, and I'm gonna get another complaint for saying that. But my second favorite
I
vet
mean,
on Twitter.
if you're a
So
boss, is a good one.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, that that I bought have to get some money for taking care of that horse, right? Food has to be bought for the horse. The horse has to
Yeah.
be trained. That trainer has to earn from it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the horse is entered into the race. There's purses, purse size. You have to do all sorts of that's SVL money. And the horse may or may not win. And bear in mind that yes, I don't know like the nitty gritty of whether or not they're allowed to bet on their own horse or whatever. I think you are, but if Danhai bet on that horse and Danhai win, they tax on those winnings. If Danhai
Mm-hmm.
lose, that's FVL's revenue. Even win or lose, that's FVL's revenue.
And then them
Of course,
and then tax like let them pay the wickedest taxes in
they're like,
Jamaica.
I think they're like, I don't think they pay the wickedest. I think they pay some of the strongest, but they're not the wickedest. I
No,
think
me
either,
no man. I mean their tax rate.
oh, one of yeah, they're
Yeah
up there
man.
with the cigarette guys
Yeah
and
man.
the
Them get
phone
tax
guys.
every month.
Heavy, think that, yeah. I mean, like case fund, I think it's 80 or 90% funded by FVL, pretty much, right? So all of that. So if you think about the knock-on effect of one horse, it makes sense to give the person an incentive to bring in the horse because they have no guarantees on that horse other than spend. The only thing them guarantee to them bringing that horse is spend, and that spend is gonna be local because the horse is literally on the ground in
Bro,
Jamaica.
basically, anyway, again, that is like, the rich man never really get the break in my look because at the end of the day, tax or no tax. I mean, their stakes aren't on making money. It's very heavily a hobby sport. I mean, there are ways,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny. There's a lot of ways that money can. There's a lot of like even more than those things that you mentioned. I mean, if I own stable, it's a real estate that thing there. There's a lot of money that goes into horse care more than just a trainer. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of money that pouring, and the guy that owns it, he must wait for a win, and even that not really matter to him. He just love horse.
And love or hate if you can spend locally. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like yo, it's like somebody. If you think from that perspective, it's like somebody giving you. I don't want to use a bad analogy. That's a perfect analogy, but it's not a nice one. It's like the first time you have ice cream in your life. So if somebody give you ice cream for free, imagine if you have the greatest ice cream in the world. Like you say, yeah man, the first 100 people can give you it for free because I know it's so good that you're gonna come back. It's kind of like that, or yeah, it's kind of like that. It encourages so much spend that it is actually a net positive for Jamaica. Fancy political, not political, fancy talk, which isn't really fancy, but talk to say that yes, it look like I'm giving you $100 discount, but you're gonna spend $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really giving it. So that's you're complaining about the horse thing, but there's actually profit behind it.
Mm-hmm. Look, giving up tax so you can get more, right? Giving up tax so you have an industry, so you have people that's more employment. It just
You just
it's
have a
not a
junior
headache,
market, yeah. You
and
just have a
then
junior
it's not
market,
just
yeah.
hard. The goats in there means okay, every small.
What just happened to your sound? Or my sound? And I can you hear me? One set that I don't know if Are you guys hearing me or are you not hearing that now? I see a thumbs up. If somebody can send a speaking request, just tell me if you can hear me. If I see a thumbs up, and I see that means that you guys can hear me, but you just can't hear Danai. So Danai just give out an official to Mars. I think in sound just go back. I see. Come on, Jerome Walters. Jerome Walter 19. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. It's Danai that you can't hear.
No, I can't hear them.
All right, 1 second. Well, thank you for jumping on. You get to play co-host for the next 2 minutes. What's something that you see? What's something that you complain about on the market currently that you have
Me,
a complaint about?
uh, I haven't really thought about that.
You
Um,
don't. All right, let me put it this way. Forget the market, because oftentimes it's not the market. Think about something in Jamaica that you think is a real complaint. Like something you ever complain about. Something you think is just not good in Jamaica. Could use a whole different improvement. Or being done the wrong way. Blah blah blah. That's crazy. Are you Jamaican?
yeah, yeah.
You don't immediately have something to complain about?
You put me on the spot, I never really think about that too.
Really? What's the
Cause
most annoying thing that happened to you in the last week?
19.
You know, definitely no pothole, Jerome.
You know them said there's two Jamaicans, Jerome live in the other one.
Yeah, man. In passport issue from OT.
Alright, so then I got Jerome. So you don't have to be on the spot if you don't want to. But yeah, you must have something that you dislike.
I really want to say it right off the street, and I'm gonna start a different conversation. So
Don't know, shall I listen to?
yeah.
I mean, no make pressure you know, but
Hey yo, did you know that a massive part of main event, not massive, but one of the newer parts of main event business over the last few years is weddings.
Mhm.
Big up,
That must be after we come
yeah,
to Janu.
big up, Sir Hammer. Thank you for filling you out. Then I was on. Then
Yeah,
I
man,
think
bless
I've
up,
already
boss.
seen a lot of speaking requests, but you were telling us something and then you saw and though. What
Well,
were
I
you
guess,
saying?
I was saying the
Oh,
boat thing. There's more in it. Is it's a complaint, but then the full scope of the thing shows that outside of the little piece that they're complaining about, which is net profitable in my opinion, there's more on top of that one thing that they're complaining about. They're not really seeing. They just heard hospital and everybody say, oh, it's a hospital. Why only the strongest, one of the strongest complaints I saw was, how is only these people getting this tax? But the boat thing, we
both.
get, yeah,
You know what? Also, I think it allows, and I could be wrong, but I think it allows the introduction of like new strains. We don't call them strains,
yeah,
but
that's all, breathe. That's the line I was going on.
mm,
We've lost, so, you know, again, they say for a long while we've had a thing that we haven't had much mixing of our thing there. And that's something about the industry because, like, the meat industry locally, whatever, like, overall, like, over the world, there's a
mm-hmm.
lot of that that goes on, optimizing this breed for this thing there, for the
Quality
type,
of
the
the
quality you need
yeah.
in the conditions they have in this country because, yo, cows in Jamaica of this breed fare better than cows in Canada of that. You hear me? So
Well, hold up. Let me interrupt you there to say I learned when I was a much younger nerd. I learned years ago about Dr. Leslie, who actually came up with a species of like I should say the
for
proper
the
way.
cows, Jamaica
Yeah,
black,
cockles, Jamaican. What's it called? Say it again.
Jamaica black, I think.
Uh, well, you have to tell me. I'm gonna take your word for it while I Google
No,
it.
I don't know that's how it at all. I'm just saying the
No,
first.
no, no. This is
I
way
just know
before all
there's a
our time.
Jamaica. There's a name with Jamaica. There's a cow name with Jamaica in there. So I also knew that.
Okay, so I think it's him. Shout out to NIL. I think like your website. Lord, but Dr. Lecky, Dr. Thomas Philip Lecky, CP Lecky, Jamaican
Mm-hmm.
scientist, was born in 1904. I just want to jump ahead to the part. I hope that they point out what he did because you don't hear a lot about Jamaican scientists these days, and
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I know that we should be proud of. So I know that he did. I don't say he invented.
Jamaica black
Yes,
today. Jamaican
further
Brahman.
research resulting the Jamaican red, Jamaican
Brahman.
Brahman,
Yeah.
and Jamaican black cattle breed, which
Mm-hmm.
oh, and also the Jamaican hope. So that's the first indigenous Jamaican cattle. Now again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking as a layman and nothing, and I don't breed cows, but my assumption is that a lot of this hasn't happened much since. So you
Mm-hmm.
want to bring in
So
new
I hear.
breeds so that you can create better and newer breeds. And that's all I heard when I heard it, right? Also, only that is also like what I thought of when I heard about the Canada shipping weed to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't 100% agree with the whole shipping weed to Jamaica thing, because I think there might be some value in protectionism of that industry for us. But I think we'll still have the Jamaican effect nonetheless. But I think that Jamaica could stand to benefit from overseas strains of
Well, again,
marijuana.
we've seen so much reports around why Jamaica is behind on the curve because
Mm-hmm.
globally, we'd have, like, there's been so much mixing of weed everywhere else have it open before Jamaica finally opened it. That
Mm-hmm.
no, cool, Jamaica used to be one of the top dog strains. No, you hear say you can getting apparently getting Jamaica level of weed is way easier across the world now. When one time
And
it just wasn't like that.
you hear about the African American the other day who got charged for bringing weed into
Bringing
Jamaica
weed to Jamaica because in
because
here say
she
American
was a
weed is
woman.
in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
wanted to
Oh,
show herself. I
that's
put it
crazy.
like the person wanted to
That's
show
why
that.
something my man that do.
Yeah, like you can imagine they've been at the group chat all year. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
it's a
Jamaica
dog.
weed is not better. See, I'm showing you. As become summer, let's try it with me. And a little bad mind cousin them never tell her it's illegal. So yeah, man, bring it. They must boost her. Bring it up. So our cousin them probably work out immigration. They probably want green card. Yeah, man, she's coming in on
Yeah, man,
8 a.m.
yeah, man.
flight.
No need that
Anyway,
too rough, man.
well, yeah, the point is, I think there's some benefit from increasing the trade, and North Americans are very very good at drugs, including marijuana. So they do have lots of different strains that you can benefit from. But I can also understand the fear because
No,
they can flood the market.
they have skill, and
Yeah, man.
they have an industry that way more thing that way more
There's very
profitable.
more
Just on
excess
the basis of what
and
we
way
cannot say bank our money in certain ways that we use just can.
and to bring it back to profit, none of those companies are listed thanks to America.
Mm-hmm.
But um, on the cattle side, on the pig side, on the goat side, I mean, what would you look at? Like JP, maybe JP, Potentic, is in time,
Gold,
because JP does
JP.
have like biological assets on the books, which I've seen include.
But even thing there, JDG does thing there. High pro. If we have more of an industry around anything that they feed into, then we have more gold. If we increase gold production and anything, then more gold. Then the farmers go to the same place. Them always to get certain supplies.
Here's the thing I'm thinking. We are never going to win on the scale game. We can
Mm-hmm.
never win on the scale game. So you
Nope.
kind of have to win. And I'm not just talking goats or cows here. Just generally Jamaica versus the world, we cannot win on the scale game. Work in agriculture, right? China can allocate a piece of land in China the size of three
Bro,
Jamaicas to just one thing. To just
echo
grow.
them do the thing. Like city blocks and then say, oh, we're not, okay, let's break that down. Like,
Oh yeah, we're not using it
let's
again.
deal this. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
easy way for them. Well, what
So the
size problem?
so the only way that we can win is through quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to up your quality is to get a piece of all the quality around the world
Take the best
and
out
make
there.
and take the best out of it and develop something and then it becomes Jamaican. And you can't get that or encourage that unless you encourage it. And one of the easiest ways to encourage it is or it won't tax you on importing it. Or won't I will reduce some of the tax on importing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a sort of thinking that once you start, once accept the complaint and then think through it, and you very often see future profits there.
Yeah.
That
Oh, well.
EEJ example that I showed, the complaint was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
198% profit later is today.
Mm-hmm. How
In,
I approach it is usually just to read that, just look for the opportunity. I know can't come up on a complaint. And sometimes if I'm involved in a complaint, meaning this I see the thing and I feel a way about it, I've opened it more than one time. I go see my feelings and whatever, whatever. Little vexness and John when them redo that. And then eventually it come back to
mhm.
alright, cool, I do this thing now. But the game is still the game. What we're looking at. Where's the benefit here? How can and I know I can possibly very possibly benefit from somewhere here.
Yeah,
Look
almost
at it.
always. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, that sort of approach, what it did for me was it what it did for me was that it it solidified a way of thinking where you hear me say it all the time that the person on the other side of the trade is not an idiot,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there's oftentimes the thinking that the person on the other side of the trade is dumb,
Mm-hmm.
but the person on the other side, like the greater fool, we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. The greater fool theory doesn't mean that the person is actually a fool.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, it's a thinking on your side. The person on the other side of the trade is not an idiot, and that's sort of thinking I bring back to the same government also. I bring it back to right. We often tend to think, oh,
Oh yeah,
government are
yeah.
idiot.
Well,
Them
we're
don't know
not
what
looking at
them
what
are
they're
do.
looking at. We know the data
Mm,
them have. We don't have the issues them have. They're not look, we are looking at where it affect us. Big man, we don't know about no ask nothing.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't know about no goat nothing. Like really, when I come to talk about it, it's from a limited scope.
exactly. It just
I
sounds
think people
bad.
just forget that part. Yeah, right, yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like yo, the country is not perfect. There's a whole heap of improvement that can
So,
happen.
no. It's
But
not
there,
even
but
not
the,
perfect. That's not the conversation. It's not perfect. It's not the conversation for them make a talk. But
exactly. But there's a whole heap that is going right
mm-hmm.
and is run properly, but you just don't know. So like
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, it's gotten me to the point where whenever I see something that I think is off or wrong or don't make sense or bad,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot. I forgot double
I
take.
immediately start thinking, where's the profit here?
Mm-hmm.
Who is earning here?
Uh, uh,
And that's why oftentimes you see I want certain things to lift. Like I say it every day, I wish guardsman for beryllium would lift. I've wished it for years and I wish they'd lift. And you know why? Because be careful what I say. Yeah, I say I don't care. I don't work in here. Security guards run government operations in Jamaica.
mm-hmm.
My God, every tax office, passport agency, like any government building you go to, city stop you. Where you come from? What, like, you actually they won't let you in unless you tell them you're sure and check it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I hate it. It's a bad thing. But they are so integral to the operations of so many things in government in Jamaica that I wish that that company was listed so I could get some of that earning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sort of thing permeates all kinds of things. When I see a complaint and I see somebody vex about something, I immediately start thinking, well, why is this thing happening or why was it done that way? And it's annoying because oftentimes at the end you're still
Oh,
vexed.
yeah, and I because the person you're talking to is complaining, and so you know how you come out to them. Yo, I have seen so much. Yeah, it's really like think of that. How much time a complaint has been reached here, and then you read up and say, but that isn't actually a bad thing. Just because you look at it, like, you know what I mean? And then you know you're naturally to talk about it. And the next person I really try to hear that. So, but
Yeah,
that's my. I think that has changed like in my life generally, where it's a solutions over problem situation now. Like any problem come up, you have to look at it that way. It's not just. It's very often not black and white, and the market definitely not.
yeah, yeah. It's weird. I can identify the point where I started addressing how I could to
Me
people with
too.
that.
Me
It
too.
was years ago. I think it would have been before the pandemic. It was around the what is a Twitter? It's on Twitter. It's a Twitter argument about the customs unit.
Hmm.
The
Portsmouth.
50, the 50, yeah, Portsmouth. Big up Smithy, who still maintains that he's a Chelsea fan. Anyway, He, he falls for that. Anyway, yeah, I like as a Jamaican. Oh, government wicked them don't say no one help the sectors, them not allow things to come in, you can must not import it, $50 foolish. I said the same foolishness myself. And then I went one step further. Well, why? And once you go into why, everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I remember so it was that the understanding of that that shifted it for me. And then I applied the same thinking to gas prices.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Look at
exact.
people. Look at people's reluctance to even out to accept the why. Very like it's usually the stumbling block from them and the profit. So it's okay. I see the why, or you
Mhm.
explain the why, but I just don't accept it because like, they just really want to complain. So
And that because
I
it
think
becomes an
that is the problem
emotional
with going
thing
to the
now.
profit. I mean, it's a normal human thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
And
say I'm not perfect to be on that. Yeah. You know, when you're ready to complain, we complain. But just try to take our next
yeah,
step.
yeah. And if you're thinking about your money, nothing
Definitely take
sweeter
our
than
next step.
seeing something that you hate, complaining about it, realizing that there is some profit point in it or beyond it or
Mm-hmm.
behind it, and earning from it. And you can still complain.
But
Nobody's
when it's a
stopping you
win.
from complaining.
Oh, you have a complaint and
Exactly.
profit. Do two of them.
Yeah,
Win.
man. But empty complaint not get us anywhere. Yeah. So that is one massive way to
Yeah,
look.
if you're stuck with that problem, if you was if you hung up yourself on the problem and not how to fix it, how to move it, you won't have a problem forever.
Yep. Yep. So that's how we are around it. Like I say, you can send me speaking request if you want to join us in the conversation. Tavares Donaldson, TJBA76. What's up? You can hear us now?
Yeah, man, I hear it clearly, man.
Okay,
I
good
did.
night.
All gone tough.
Big up Danhai, I did.
Yeah, boss, very true.
Why, I dey complain and profit thing where I see and something they come to me with the whole PE thing. Where I remember when they just start invest, many people I say, boy, certain stock PE too high. So they basically now go buy a stock with a high PE, you know. You can look on like main event, you can look on it like the same CPJ and stocks like that.
I don't
When
necessarily we're talking about,
huh?
No, but it
but
fits. It does.
it
It
well,
does
it does,
fit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man, but
Yeah,
it
man,
fits in a good way because you stop
yeah,
yourself from looking, you stop yourself from looking at
exactly.
okay, where so if and again, very often, people start looking at this stock thing and the first thing come across is PE, and then and the decision they make is that yo, I need to buy this thing if the PE is XYZ. Because the PE high, it will never, they don't go anywhere beyond, okay, cool.
Exactly.
It will be low one day. Yo, the PE high, I'm done. Never
I'll
mind.
try to find out why the PE high, and then now find out how them could have solved the IP issue.
Mm-hmm.
Or what? Well, what would go into it? That's actually I use one. I
And
use
it's
main
also,
event. I use a tweet that they had about main event. This was not tweet everybody. It's just for the subscribers because they're in my Twitter circle. But this is from September 14th of last year, where main event had a PE of 142.1 times, right?
Yup.
Massive. And the tweet actually says it's an excellent example of why I've never bought or sold a stock based solely on PE ratio, right? It's a great indicator, a hell of an indicator, but it's backward looking. The magic comes from predicting it and putting it in its correct place. So at 1 p.m., main event had a PE of 142.12, and then at what is it? 5:30 p.m. of the same day, it had a PE of 20.26, much closer to fair value, depending on who you ask, right? And obviously, what happened was that the results came out. The results were massive. This was September 14th, and again, just on theme, the complaint being a possible indication of future profits. Main event on what date is this? September 14th of last year. You look on main event September 14th of last year. The share price would have been $6.73, and yeah, $6.73, and currently the share price is I think I got right. Oh, sorry, I'm saying the wrong price. So it was not $6.73. expertise have gone through the trouble of telling all of this story. On September 14, 2022, main event share price was $7.49. And if you look at it now, it is $11.71. That's 56% higher. So obviously, right now we can see that if people complain about it then, that would have been an indication of future profit, right? 56% in
And CPG went through the same thing. What about the
What,
PEs are not going to
what is
touch
the
it?
PE now? But what is the PE now?
Exactly.
At that higher
PE
price.
right now is 11.34 times, because the profit has continued to fly from main event. Yeah.
Imagine me a ball them time there.
But
Say, yo, man, I'll buy this. It's not
I
worth
think
it.
it's something we said. Remember, I think around we speak about how not being in the best. You're not in the best at times.
Mm-hmm.
But if this year is bad, but next
Mm-hmm.
year look good, then that's an opportunity.
Right.
But if this year is bad, then the PE is very likely to high. So you have to get up and say no. All right, cool. Is next year going to be good? Because I would love to compare the great times next year to the bad times this year versus just cool. The things are bad now. They'll always be bad forever. You know it don't work. So I've never. In fact, the people that say it often tell you what the vision is for the company, how well how things will be changing for the company. And then they go into but the PE is high. Yeah, and boy,
How the man said, don't waste a good crisis.
Yeah.
yeah,
Never
man,
waste a good crisis.
yeah, man.
Yeah, 100%. It's
You know,
very churchill. Yeah.
Yeah, so not
yeah,
exactly what
man.
I thought, but it isn't that, but
Yeah, man.
it
Yeah,
feeds.
yeah.
No. I'm saying it is that it feeds really well into it
Definitely.
from a perspective I wasn't thinking of. So yes, often I complain, but very often a mark of a profit. The PE high now.
Yeah,
Okay, what is this company doing though? What are they good now? Why are they not good now? What
exactly.
will they face with change at some point?
Yeah.
Anyway, again, I remember when like COVID must be just about time. I think Gary Perry was saying he didn't. I saw an interview with him and he said he didn't imagine a time where tourism, where Jamaica wouldn't be getting tourism revenues. Like if you said to anybody that just wouldn't make sense, like nobody would think, okay, that makes sense, we can lock down the tourism sector. We're going to lock down the tourism sector. That's not a thing Jamaicans expect to happen. Can happen. No way we wish for, but it happened. But if you have the expectation of it can happen, then what is your expectation now that we're in a temporary? If I think COVID is temporary, then what's going to happen to tourism right after that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, made a lot of
Like,
money off predicting
yeah,
that. Yeah. The factors around it,
bro,
never stop.
they could go, not CPJ, but other companies is just I'm making this amount. It could be I'm making this stable amount of money. No real strong increase, but COVID come chop up my money, mash me up for a year. But when I come back, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to the same level I was. Was my stock price was way down because I couldn't pay no dividend. I wasn't good. I wasn't looking good. We're back to business now. Opportunity.
Yeah. No, CPJ was that. CPJ
CPJ.
was that.
I say because CPJ came back so much stronger. So I was trying to make the point that it's not necessarily. It doesn't have to be that it comes back really well.
Mm-hmm.
CPJ came back really strong.
Yeah, and part of what helped that is inflation and the same COVID
Mm-hmm.
experience, the same complaint, meaning everything costs more after COVID. So, when
Mm-hmm.
one tourist come to Jamaica for 1 week, 2.5 days average, right? And then but they have three meals there. Each day they
Mm-hmm.
have three big meals. The cost for those three big meals in 2019, the same exact meal in 2023 is much more. Right? So that means
We run
greater
it in
revenue.
reverse.
And if they're even more efficient, that means greater
Mm-hmm.
profit. Run it in reverse from here.
The bucket deals were celebrated when them just a
Yes,
pack up the bucket them and sell them,
yes,
and we
yes,
knew
yes,
these
yes,
guys
yes,
are dying from this.
yes.
I mean,
I
they
remember
have to take this bitter pill. We need some
I
money. We can't pay for things with chicken. We
yeah.
can't. Oxtail now go pay for it. We sell some
Now,
pasta and some wine and oxtail together.
now the thing I remember talking about, I don't know if I ever said it on this, I probably said it on a earning season podcast platform. But I remember pointing out to somebody or saying it that, yo, I'm seeing. I was scared when I saw them
But it's
selling
all
the food.
happening.
When they're in the
So yo,
box
Jano, the
deal. That's
man
what they're
was in
calling
a
it. The
rough
CPJ.
time.
Yeah, the CPJ box deal. That's what they were calling it.
Yeah, man. Bucket. No, sorry, bucket. Boxy, all right, it's boxy.
No, yes, the
It's
box
boxy. It's
deal. Yeah,
boxy.
yeah, yeah.
Boxy.
I looked on it. You know what I saw it as? Remember at the point, if you, and I'm going to simplify and concatenate a lot of what happened with CPJ there. Remember they had the 100 million write-off on the screw up in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Then
And then
a
they go into
year after
that.
that, or 2 years later, no, the year or 2 years after that, then they had the screw up in the system with another
Oh
100 million write-off.
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
and then the company wasn't doing that great.
Uh-huh.
And then comes COVID, and nobody know how long it was going to last. And we're all watching it and going along. I was hoping, 1 or 2 quarters. Obviously, I
Mm-hmm.
was wrong, right?
No, what's up?
Um, and but CPJ, when they started to do the box deal, that's when I realized I started to buy even heavier. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I know, right? I tell everybody because one, I don't expect CPJ to die. It's very hard to kill a listed company. Two, they, from a corporate perspective, and this is my assumption, they're facing, we have, let's say, $1 million, let's say $100 million worth of meat that is going to go bad in this fridge if we turn the fridge off. But if we
Mm-hmm.
don't turn the fridge off,
Right, I got see.
the
We
electricity
not have
is
no
going to kill
sales.
us and we don't have any sales as the hotels are closed down.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? Well, and if we don't make a decision in 3 months, then we only have another 3 months before 70% of the food spoils.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you can't sell it. So guess what? Sell the food for cheaper, so at least you offset some of the costs of
Mm-hmm.
selling it for cheaper, and then lock off the fridge so that you don't
Mm-hmm.
incur the heavier expenses,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like that's part of a decision. It's a decision that a company leader has to make, and it doesn't seem. It might seem counterintuitive. It doesn't always seem like the best decision. I don't want you to the layman, the lay person. It might
I
not
mean,
even seem
there was
sensible.
complaints about CPJ. It was, yo,
Well,
I
no, no.
mean,
Well, it would not seem sensible if you say like, oh, we're going
mm-hmm.
to sell the food for cheaper than we bought it for,
Mm-hmm.
and then turn off the fridge. But then also to the people getting that food, they're excited. Oh, we're just getting. I remember the long line at
Bro.
CPJ to get the box deal, right? And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, guys, I know you're excited about this now, but this means that this company is going through it, and I don't know if they'll survive it as the company that they are. And two, this is not going to be repeated. So don't expect CBJ to be doing this going forward. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I remember hearing that,
Oh yeah,
oh no,
people said they should
it's
bring
good.
it.
They would keep doing it, right? I'm
Mike,
like,
they're not doing this because it's good. They are dying.
and they're dead.
Imagine making that decision. You just spend the money last month, bro, and buy and bring in some food, and you get up and say to yourself, "Oh my God, I need to sell this for less than half the price of what it costs." Or I'm saying not, that's crazy. So imagine when
Yeah,
start this down, so they were cleaning up. Every minute a new bucket come out. Cause this, we start package this now. Start okay, what left? Package this now.
yeah,
Imagine
and
that.
you realize it's because we turn off the switch. It's a decision of do we lose
That money or that money.
do we lose 100 million, or do we sell it below cost and lose 64 million?
Mm-hmm.
But that decision doesn't seem like that decision. That decision might, to the public seems like, oh, they're doing a great deal. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
you notice there's no box deals now. The CPJ don't have any box deals now.
You
That
know,
might
yeah,
take a while.
the tourists might get them. Just different. The box look different.
And the cost is different, right? So we're
Yes,
not paying
sir.
the prices
We
that
are not paying
tourists
what they pay.
at all. Yeah, some chopper prices, but
Like
you don't notice.
if we were to buy hotel if we were to buy hotel food at but we really paying for hotel food, we'd have said, this the man them really are doing.
Oh
As
yeah,
how much you really have spent, we wouldn't buy no
yeah,
food.
yeah,
If you go to a restaurant and sell hotel food price, it would all
yeah, that,
inclusive sound nice. It is nice, but then we do it elsewhere. And you know what's
yeah.
food in there when they go out there?
I don't know. Tell us,
Oh,
Danny, how
that's
much?
it. Boy, I'm here to the Randy youth there.
No, no, not me, not me. I'm not the hotel type. I'm not the hotel type. But yeah, but you're right. You're 100% correct. And it's a shift in thinking that when you have it, you start immediately looking for the profit behind a complaint. Tav, we interrupted you with that tangent. What were you saying? Tavares, okay, Tav, I hope it's not my phone gone. You still hear me, Dana?
No, Tav.
Phone in my pocket, man.
Oh,
Oh,
Tav, well gone. What you saying?
Yeah,
what
Back
were
to
you
your point.
saying?
We jump
yeah,
off to the
man.
point.
I say go, man. Yeah, so I really that need a look on still. You get me? I mean, you do a research on a company, you see something, and
Mm-hmm.
instead of I mean, you complain say boy, it not worth it. So basically, come down to the value of the item. Yeah, say at
Mm-hmm.
the moment it not worth it, but I mean, if you really dive in it, that's something you could have make money now.
So
You could have
almost
make money
always,
on it. Yeah, exactly. But
almost always.
instead you complain say boy, this no make no sense or that no make no sense and I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
when we just
very
start to
often
invest,
yeah, go to, sorry, go to.
yeah, man, me that say when we just start invest, there's a lot of things that we used to have problem with,
Mm-hmm.
because at one point I remember I was looking at MG, how much it be there? Must be
Speed
$2
up
something.
AMG. Right. Speed up
And
AMG.
yeah,
That's
me
what
will tell you how much because them every day.
yeah.
Every time I look on a packaging and an MG, they put them next to them. I have to far more local companies on the packaging than them. I'm not see a bridging on a list. You don't waste a damn time for what? You know, use the market, come out and drop a right issue or drop something. Raise some money, try to buy out them company or try to do something. But me just feel like them now use the whole
You know,
listed thing to them advantage. Exactly. It's like them quite comfortable when them they in a position and them just decide to why? Sure, we alright over there, man. We get the money we use if we do what we want to do with it already, so we just there and
Yeah,
go and build. But yeah,
I wonder about that too on that point because I mean last year was a record year for them in terms of profit, and I was hoping that it was indicative of a turnaround for them. They were blaming the tissue
yeah,
failure for
them never make no money
yo,
on
it
it.
falls, you know. It
that's
falls, you know.
false, you know, brother. No fight. Imagine, yo, bro, they got so much bean from you, man. Get out of tissue, but we still have to write it off for however long, and then tissue become the hottest thing on the block.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When the
See
man
a
them
tissue company, would I suspect see a tissue company, I look police,
Eh, oh,
boy, the man them finished the write off right before COVID, you know. These
mm-hmm.
guys finished the write off of
So, oh, bro, they were
the tissue effort
celebrating, saying we're
right
done.
before I saw people fighting for tissue
The
in the
tissue.
supermarket.
The sales got too
Ah,
work,
boy.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, but no, but
No.
they recover from it last year, and then I mean, yeah, I'm with you, Trav, in that I don't think that they do anywhere near what
What they
I would
can.
want them to do, but
Yeah.
I'm at my yard looking on it, and I'm not seeing a
Yeah.
decision, and
They have
different
to
people
deal
look
with.
at it differently. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Funny enough, their chairman is the CEO of JFT, Metrosiaga.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
is he the chairman?
I
Not
think
sure
the
of that.
chairman now. I think Peter stepped down and he stepped
Ah,
up.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So their chairman knows or is learning, has learned very rapidly the impact of the market and the power of the market, and I'm hoping that
And that is a complaint or profit moment too.
well, I'm the one complaining, right? And I hope they
With
listen to
them.
me.
With them and the whole tissue thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am hoping that they turn it into profit. I
Yeah,
don't know, but
man. There is so much local manufacturers they use packaging like every day, like so much packaging. And it's like, I check most of those package and
mhm.
God bless this AMG for one. And it kind of pissed me off too. Because I say as a listed company, you should be able to do more. So if it is that you need more space to import more material so you can get those materials cheaper to beat these guys on prices, if a price are the problem, do it. You have access to money where them don't have. You get me? Because them can come back to the market again if them wish and a free money that. So there's so much thing to advantage with them have over the other guys in my view. But it just not look like them really are trying. 'Cause we can see them easily doubling.
I mean,
Let's hold on.
I can't
Let's
say they're not
let's
trying.
yeah.
I would use that as a very different. I think they're not doing certain things. I think they're not really pushing for scale in certain ways, but maybe they are. But they just can't get it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. Well, remember, Tab, the same thing that you're saying. Remember, the person on the other side of the story is not media. We are the person on the other side of the
On the
conversation.
side, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Meaning,
yeah.
Meaning, like you and me thinking about the share price. I have some AMG shares from forever. Even buy more, got them still piss me off the average down instead of exit the average down. And my thinking is that I want them to do something in such a way that the share price will fly. You know, people are say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when George Shue goes to work in the morning, he's not thinking about AMG share price.
Yeah, definitely.
He's thinking about the business. And
Mm-hmm.
if I apply the same thing that I said, complain or profit, my question immediately starts to become, okay, they made 104 million in profits last year after stagnating for a few years. How did they make 100? Like what caused that rise?
Mm-hmm.
Profit jumped from 60.5 million the year before to 104.9 million last year. Where is that money coming from? What did they do? Because if you tell me that you aren't seeing boxes, where you see boxes, you just walk in and check boxes.
Well, I deal with boxes every day, so
Okay, so you
every
so you
time
know
like me, if you take up a package, we just look
okay, so
under the bottom, because most of them company them label the bottom.
yeah, okay, so if you
And you say you're
aren't
not
seeing,
really seeing them.
Yeah, I just few products alone. From few of the companies where them actually list there. And even those companies that they list as their customers,
mhm,
majority of the time their names aren't on majority of the boxes of those companies.
Mm-hmm. And there's a,
It
but
could have been on like a one product.
how, well then, I'm sure there's a
yeah,
good
but
reason for that. And, it doesn't, and that reason could just mean the AMG can get up and do it.
yeah,
It,
I
what it might take for him to do that might be
Mhm.
outside, or it might be just a big step for them that, yo, to compete with those guys in that level, I have to do this, and I just really don't think I'm ready for it right now, or else can't.
Yeah, yeah.
But now give me the money to do that. Or I don't
but
know,
then
I don't have a concept if I can get the money to do that. Something like that.
so then the question becomes, what did they do to make it profit?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I
And that's what
mean,
there's
separate the fact that separate profits gone up to it can be an indicator because they do
Different.
packaging for separate also.
okay, but Sepad is a massive group. And
Yeah.
that's before
Massive.
them took on AS Biden. So what part of Sepad the package?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
the Surge Island side.
Really? So they did a milk carton.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Some of them,
So
not all of them.
has Sepad milk sales increased exponentially?
Well, I would. That's something definitely that I would have looked for, but me that assume I make the link because of that. But
Is it,
well, me that try answer the question when you bring up a while ago.
yeah, but
When you
see,
ask the boy, you know why? I mean, I consider that can be one of the cases.
yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but it is in the
Yeah, man.
concern of that question that you can get it. And
Yeah.
I would look at the raw profit for Sepad, like I said, they're massive. And AS Biden alone is gonna make them even more massive. So something I mean, I think even if the listing of AS Biden that was promised might increase their profit depending on how they choose to recognize it. And if they are selling, if they become selling shareholders, there's lots of things that can happen overall. The AS Biden itself, their operations being profitable and maybe increasing
Massive.
profitability could also increase separate profit. But then all you would see is separate profit increasing and then say, oh, well, AMG profit must increase. And
Yeah,
before you
definitely.
know it,
Yeah, you have to look
yeah,
deeper
exactly. And that's why people,
along the
everybody,
lines of the service that them provide.
you want to understand this? Everybody, come to Grow. That's the sort of thing I teach at Grow. evernickel.com/GRWR. Um,
And and that's
this is
one of the
good.
things still now, Randy. But I kind of look on the market different because I mean, remember you asked my boy Jason not too long ago when Jason come on, you asked him say, um, like where you have complain about. And we
Mm-hmm.
get why I'm not have nothing to complain about. I mean, when I do grow, and to me, grow not even the biggest thing to me, because I did grow, and it's really nice and thing, and you learn a lot of things. But if you really soak up everything, you start realize everything where you don't soak up in the group. Cause everything where you do along the lines you go, and you question yourself, what go on here, so why this happen, why that? And then now there's always something where you hear in a growth to link back to the same answer, the question where you answer. So it's like the group kind of help with
Yeah,
bringing
let me
out
get. learning is finding out that you have more to know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
And
yeah.
Scientists talk about how much we didn't know back then, but what we've learned more than anything since all the scientific advance and whatever is how much more things we just do not know.
Yeah.
You get more of a concept of more of understanding for more things. So you start looking at more things very differently. And say, oh, there's more to go down on that thing.
exactly.
And it just comes with
So
more
it's
things
like
to more
instead of
things. So
complaining, you try and
Yeah.
profit. So it's like that question, that whole little phrase, it just always there. So it's like me, I think about when you ask just say, yo, where you have to complain about. Literally anybody where do grow in the group, literally not gonna have nothing to complain about more than one thing. And even that one thing, them know say for them to link them neighbor. Cause when them
Facts.
say, yo, you hear me?
have a year episode this, so it does something just now.
Yeah, but
That's also another thing there. When you're researching, you go down, you start open the company numbers. What's the first thing that hit you? Question. Something you complain
Exactly.
about. Something, and it's just
Yeah.
another thing to now
You
find
just
out.
you start go down the rabbit hole, exactly.
mm-hmm,
So you start
mm-hmm.
find out now,
Sometimes you have to know, you have to give yourself a place to stop because you just never stop looking. You have to say, all right,
never
this is
stop
enough
looking.
for me to know, for me to do the thing I need to go do on the market, buying this stock for whatever reason. And there's
And
still
watch
more
it
to
now.
find out, but
When
I know this
when
time.
when you think you find out more of that,
Yeah, so
you see MY drop one article in the group where you never see.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How
You just see
Benjamin
that
Man put it,
article drop.
how Benjamin Man put it is that I mean the broader your knowledge gets is the bigger the borders of your knowledge gets. Meaning the more the unknown becomes, the more you know, right? And that's a beautiful thing. It's
Yep.
then I know how much you like how excited I am when I don't know something, or if something don't go how I expect. Oh God, I love that because
Yeah.
there's something more to know there, right? Yeah, so yeah, I love it. And you're right. The
And
research
that's the
is
only
just
thing we complain about. And when me I complain about in the group from morning. And the only thing you can think of. Not have enough money.
yeah. Me neither. Me neither. Me neither.
And the only thing you can complain about.
And him
Cause
again,
any other complaint they don't have to fix it.
I saw him again the Limitless episode recently. I
What
found
about the
snap on
limitless?
a little snip of it on Instagram. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, "Yo, we talk about Ryan was saying
Mm-hmm.
we talk about investing because it makes you money. Right? That's why anybody's here. Right? And even though we often forget that, it often becomes, yo, I'm doing it. You do it by rote, and you forget that you're supposed to make money doing this thing. You forget that you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be trying to make money doing this thing. You're doing it because you're supposed to be doing it.
You forget that
Even at the
that's
end
the
of the day, you
point.
know it saves some
Yeah.
money, but you're not really aiming for that, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the point of this thing. That's the point of it's the whole reason anybody's here. Anybody's thinking about this is because, yo, I have some money and I want to make more money.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So the same problem. So we complain about not having enough. Well, that's a good problem to have from our angle, right? Because now we're in the thing that makes money, and the only reason why more is, boy, I'm wishing for that make some more on top of it, right? So
Still have more time, eh?
good complaint to have.
yeah,
Definitely.
and being fair, I remember when I used to complain about not having enough money. It was a different kind of not having enough money complaint. So yeah, you don't want to block your own blessings. And all copywriters. So big up, Tav. Thank you for that. So Tav, you really have nothing you can complain about either, other than idiot or
Why?
anything.
I don't want to tell you, so I not complaining that that's why I continue to look on them boxes.
Yeah, I don't like doing this because it kills it for me, but these days, right there, I think I need to just be clear. Especially if anybody from AMG is listening or watching. I don't really think I'm an idiot, right? I'm annoyed because
Definitely not.
you're not doing what I want.
It's like you have ambition for the company, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ambition is
You just want to see them do better. I mean, them are the good and thing, but you just want to see them better because you
You
see
know
it out there where better can be done.
you see the
yeah, man.
potential.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I always want every stock that I own. I want every company head of that stock to be as aggressive as I would like them to be, doing everything to make the stock price go up for me, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't really care
Yeah,
about the
man.
company more than I care about my money. It's the money I care about, right? I don't know these people. I
And
care about
and
my
it's
money.
sad to have to try and clarify to say you don't have anything against whatever.
Well,
The world just so sensitive, you know.
yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah, that's one way to But big up,
I
big up, big
swear,
up,
funny.
big up,
Yeah,
Frank.
man, respect. Yeah.
Yeah, bless up. Thanks for coming.
Uh, um, so thanks God for that. By the way, like I said, guys, if you want to, you can send a speaking request and we'll talk to you. We're not gonna go all night. So if you did want to talk to us, you want to, you should. And you're thinking, boy, I don't know if I, now is the time to send a speaking request. We'll talk. Otherwise, you hear Banana talk, Banana talk, and then we go after that, right? And I'll go talk to the girl subscribers. Um, Give me another example of that. So, I've mentioned what AMG so far is complaining our profit. Well, this one are complaining, but I've
AMG,
been
SPL.
complaining.
Main event was
SPL.
this week. Main event was. I mean, we complain about FPL. We talk about. I mean, we're
Oh, with the
tying
horses. With the horses.
horses, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, main event was this week's complaint, right? With the court, the courts using the bidding, the court thing, the
Yeah,
court costs for the certain cases where they
yeah,
facilitate
yeah, yeah.
the whole setup of the online thing. And yeah,
The,
okay,
the audio visual, the audio visual
yeah.
system.
I saw something interesting. I should send it to you. I
What's
don't,
that?
the person. I'll send it to him. Just remind me what it now.
So it was. I also want to find the article. Uh,
Could be something, could be nothing. The thing I'm saying.
okay. But just what people are on board with what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let me give people the complaint, the setup. So to Gunner Beats, who tweeted this out this week, that he had to rub his eyes after reading this. Main event were paid over 60 million during the Klansman trial for the leasing of audiovisual equipment. Why does the Supreme Court just buy its own equipment? And he's pointing out an article from the Observer where the heading of that is Klansman trial bill 60.5 million so far. I just jump to the salient part of this is I thought was there an exact number for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cost of state approximately 60.5 million. So the trial cost of state approximately 60.5 million Jamaican for technical support. So that piece I guess is just straight to main event. 60.479 to be exact. Million paid to main event for the leasing of audiovisual equipment for the trial. Uh, it's a long running trial. Read the news if you want to know about the trial. It is a trial that matters to all Jamaicans, or should matter to all Jamaicans. But the important bit here is the complaint, which he had, which is, I think, also a fair complaint. So when I was talking in the group, I was talking about, I use the nerd term here, the dichotomy is such an interesting thing, right? Meaning, as a citizen of Jamaica, I care about my country. I definitely don't want to know that the government is wasting my money, right? Or wasting our money. But I don't know for sure if they aren't. And I see
Mm-hmm.
people asking the question, so 60 million couldn't have bought the equipment. It's a fair question, but I don't know the answer to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think we should get an answer as a system. I think we should have the most efficient court system. I think we should have all the things that we need. But in the meantime, while I'm complaining, I'm gonna profit because I can own many. I do own many events. I've owned many
Right.
events since IPO, and I still buy more. I buy some up to the other day, up to
What's that
maybe
long term?
15, that's it. So me, don't you ever accuse me of being a long-term investor again. Anyway, but yeah, looking at this and seeing 60.5 million, that's just a drop for me. And I've spoken about main event bats before, including earlier. And well, I won't talk about that now, because you're the one who started talking about it. So let's see.
I mean, the idea is we now know how this brings clarity on some of where main event makes money. So
Mm-hmm.
we know how much money they made from a certain thing within a certain
Mm-hmm.
period of time, and then we can look at and the article did even outline look other cases where where they were built, or where they built, where the court was built by main event for
Mm-hmm.
services rendered. So if we look at anything similar happening in there, then what kind of cases? What we know what warrants that bill, so we can look out for it more. Now we can plan ourselves around. Okay, cool. I know main event makes money this way, so I know that I can look out and say that they're going to make money this way again when this thing happens. No, we don't know, and now is a point we can look at where we can profit from. Come through our profit,
Profit, yeah.
and
And
in
I
this case,
see,
and right.
and profit. That's true. So for me, I mean, I was talking about connect the dots, right? I've been talking about that for years. So the dots, you connect the dots here. To me, it's a couple of clear dots. 60 mil, I'll connect that with a dot in main event last set of results, where they spoke about, in fact, their latest results actually. The- Some people just read the MD&A. Cool, that's you do you. One of the things I mentioned in the MD&A is that in addition to operational efficiency, and this is the MD&A for a set of results that include them making profit that has increased from a loss last year of 60 million to profit of 117 million up to the end of January of this year, so January 31st. 117 million in net profit, right? Massive, massive gains. Main event is also one of them that earn from the complaints of COVID. COVID hit them hard, people trying to get more efficient, and this is their this is their third post-COVID numbers, and their second biggest in the company's history. This quarter's profit is bigger than entire prior years, right? Massive, massive, massive results. And part of that result included them explaining part of it, and they said one of the things that they say is that uh, the company benefited from improvement in sales activities from revenue streams that require little external support. Now, I don't know if the AV system to the Supreme Court, to the Court Administrative Division, the court in Jamaica, I don't know if that renting that system, leasing that system to them is one of those things, but it sounds that way to me. As all I'm doing is renting it here. I have to pay me. So if I pay for the system and you rent it
I
from
heard
me,
I could operate it.
you
What
think
is
so?
it? What?
Or them train somebody.
I have one person there that does it.
But
10 months
cool,
staff
even
member or thing. I mean, but to me, it's little external support. I don't think it's going to be a full production team down there. We know setup.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So even if you have one on one end and one on the other end, that's cool. It's working. And you pay me 60 million over this time period to ensure that I have a working system. But that is something that would require little external support. It's my AV system, it's my employee or two, and it's my revenue, and the trickle down is my profit, right? Again, I want to be very clear here. I'm not saying this is a great thing for Jamaica. I'd love it to get started out, but
But then
it's
they're
a
not listening to me like that. So,
it's a great thing for my
fuck
for
it.
my company management, which I own, which I'm an owner of, and the beauty is that we can all be owners of that company. So yeah, that's a company or profit in a very, very real way. I read that article and I felt bad and also felt excited. So that was the dichotomy I was talking about. Loco, that's for another week.
Something I like the sound of that.
No, that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I encourage everybody. Every week we're on. We do this. I would tell anybody that wants to come have a conversation with us. We're open to it. Not many people do that sort of thing. We're always open to it. So if you want to do it every week, do it, brother. Why not?
It is right. It is
Why
right.
not? You know what it costs to sit down, and you can talk to him for free on a Friday night.
Yeah, I'm quite familiar with the cost of the night. Big up yourself. Yeah, I mean, but just a jump in for the convo with Well, firstly, even if in this complaint or profit moment, do, do we have the duration of the trial in this blurb or in this article?
If it is a long
Yeah,
time.
that was one of the dots, but like I said, I don't throw my pearls to swine in a brother. So,
No, my actual thing in saying that is one. If you're looking at it from main event side,
hmm
if I'm mapping it, if I'm mapping it accurately, this could
hmm
have been something that was helping to buoy them even in the bad times.
All right, so they said that the arrangement was initially contracted or contracted from September 2021, where the trial began, and it was
Right,
supposed to end March 2022, but it was
right.
extended twice. It was extended to September 16, 2022, and it's extended again to March 15, 2023, which would be what, 2 weeks ago? A week ago?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Main event's last set of reports to us as of January
January.
31st.
Mm.
You make me sure that's your pearl, Christian, right? That's not mine. So,
Um, I mean, that's a good point. But the other thing is, I just know that the trial is going on for a while now. So to in that
hmm
arrangement, I would have January 2021. That was the end of January 2021. That was the quarter we are just seeing the comparison against, which was our last quarter. So if they started it from there, I mean, it's government. You don't know when them pay out or whatever. But like, let's say you're in a really bad time, and your company are bleed, and you get the opportunity. You're like, thank God. Like, I don't know when exactly this I go fix it. In terms of what would have been my regular operating procedure.
hmm
Uh, Workers still have to pay. Companies still things still have to move. So thank God for that. And two, nothing to them something cheap. Like
Yeah.
talking about
I
oh why
saw
the
I saw
boy
somebody was I saw somebody was more effective, has more experience with it. He said, yeah, but then yeah, I want to say whatever. It's also money, but
yeah, like so you'd have been more comfortable with them buy. So I feel like it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't think if you're a government. Like you just go feel great. So them spend how much not $1 billion pound equipment for Supreme Court, how much not million, hundreds of $1 million for equipment for Supreme Court. That just feel like it makes sense to you. Like that would have been a great thing that them could have called it a scandal.
Well,
Depending on how that spins. So yeah,
but
for
on the flip side, there are citizens that were on trial, and everybody has the right to a trial. And
right.
if it's me on trial,
Mm-hmm.
and I need that system for my trial to happen, I have the right to a speedy trial. I'm a citizen, spend the money if you have it, right?
But who said
I'm
them
not
have it?
saying, oh, the government, I mean, the government has it, what do you mean? The government has it.
Yeah, the government has it, quote unquote, but the government does work, so it's not just this big balloon. Like things go
You,
to certain things.
you're
Like
not going to make it on Twitter with that kind of attitude, you know.
yeah, I've not been
Nuance
making
don't
it on
quite
Twitter
work
for a
here.
while.
The nuance don't work here. But I agree with you. I agree with you that it's from the company side, from the country side of things, I can understand feeling a way about it. Um, but then that would have been my complaint. And so this is my profit, right? Um, and I love it. Like I say, you asked how long the trial lasted. It lasted for 19 months. And that's how they worked it out. They mentioned the payments that went to main event over the trial period. And the trial ended March 15th. I'm assuming just going from this. March
Hmm.
15th, the trial ended. Are
Pretty
they
much.
still using the system? That's a question that we should consider, right?
Yeah, for other trials, maybe.
I
That's a
mean,
question.
the Supreme Court is still around.
I think so. I don't think they close the doors.
I would hope not. That we would be a failed state if that were to happen. So I'm very happy that we are not a failed state and it's working out. But I would like it to be fixed so that we can get the most efficient thing. But I am happy that until it's fixed, it is a Jamaican company that is earning. And yo, that's the beauty of the market, too, you know. It's not there's a time where this exact same thing would happen, and it's a company
Some
from outside of
foreigner.
Jamaica that is
Yeah.
earning. Yeah, in fact, there are places I'm sure in Jamaica where there are things happening and there's some foreign company earning from an inefficiency. But to know that a local company is earning from that from an inefficiency, it don't make you feel good, but you feel better than how it could feel, right?
I mean, I get that still, but I guess I have a different relationship with government where them having that equipment may not be the most efficient thing. Um, and so I don't necessarily just vibe with the complaint that them should just have their own system for this. Because uh, I think if they want the best, there's one place that I know that they would need to go. And if they wanted to have some other type of deal with main event, fine. But if main event take the risk on having this kind of, you know, assets
Oh yeah,
on
no, I'm not
hand to
knocking.
just
Yeah, I'm not knocking main event at all.
no,
It's
I
not a
yeah.
mean, yeah.
company. It's not a
Well,
company.
the weird thing about that is I'm sure where any complaints coming from that side, I don't think so, but I can see that happening, right? Like, oh, them thief. You know,
Yeah,
Jamaica. Again, we decide. We you said it right. We don't know how much these things cost. We actually don't. We don't
yeah.
know what the process looks like that they need to. But we decide already. So
Yeah,
yo,
this I
however
know.
long the trial is, we see a lot of money in front of us. It's too much. That's Jamaica to me too.
The
If you
million
offer money,
sound,
then it's too much. You just don't let it.
yeah, the million sound heavy still, but we do know how much it costs.
If
Okay,
if
here's
you
an
say, if you
article
say.
from a Loop article from 2 years ago, June 2020. The courts received more than 85 million in audio visual equipment, right? So it's a donation from the EU, which often tries to help
Mm.
the Ministry of Justice. Funny enough, the EU also helps
Bill.
other other industries in Jamaica.
Oh,
It's all right. I'm
okay.
good. I give them away now. They help other industries in Jamaica. But in this specific case, it's an EU thing, and let's
Oh,
just
I
work
never
with
meant like that.
85
I thought you were
million.
giving trouble.
No, I wasn't into that. I just not saying what I wanted to say.
All right,
85
cool.
million in AV equipment. So if you assume that a system costs 85 million, and they say that it includes screens, microphones, cameras, supporting software for 78 courtrooms spanning 19 courthouses island-wide, and some of them would have already been outfitted with these equipment. No, and I've said it when I point out that I'm quoting a person on Twitter here, Regina Marie Rejwang. I don't know the veracity. I don't know how true what he's saying is, but it does make sense. So she points out that the courts have installed voice detect facilities, which she says was she thinks was donated, and I could have confirmed that. But they
Mm.
can't just use it because the person who they awarded the contract to provide the software has been issued a cease and desist or something of the sort around patent infringement.
So basically,
So,
you can't touch it.
so
Wow.
them have it and them can't use, and that's another side effect of being government or the same companies have, right? The government
Mm-hmm.
cannot do something illegal. Like if a thing is illegal to use, the government can't use it.
Mm.
It don't matter if it's there or not. It's a situation that is beyond their power. So, well, if I have this system, I would love to use it, but we can't legally use it. We need a replacement because, as a citizen, we all still have the right to a
Mm-hmm.
speedy trial. So it means that we have to incur a bigger bill because of something that's beyond our power. It's something that's beyond our power, but government exists to serve the citizens. So they do the right thing. I'm just happy that the extra spend is on a local company that I also own. So I'm biased, but hey, you can own it too if you want. It's for sale every day on the market. Um, yeah, this is a great complaint or profit thing. And thank you, Regina Marie, for it. I hope you're correct, Reg Wang on Twitter. I hope you're correct there. And thank you, Lancelot the Red, also for putting out that wonderful complaint, right? 44 court priests, and I think maybe the 44 of them bad. Wait till you find out that the ministries are leasing the buildings they operate out of. I would only care if they were leasing it from KPE. I'm joking. But yeah, lots of complaints. When I see lots of complaints on Twitter, I look for the profit. And
Wait,
I'm
wait,
not
wait,
knocking
wait.
the complainers, but I look for the profit.
Even catch up with that tweet there. The leasing something there.
Well, yeah, that's known. A lot of government buildings are leased.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
But some
Uh,
of them at least from anyway. I can't bother with that.
yeah, this is not multi-person show, all right? We're here for the profit. This is one person, big up Teflon, King Fat on Twitter, who points out the cash tag from me, for me, main event entertainment group. So
Yeah.
big up that, yeah. So that's a great example of complaint or profit. Uh, big up. You had another complaint, sir?
I guess a market complaint this week was the understanding on how MFS having some expectation of hearing MFS have some announcement.
Oh, that's
Uh,
a new one. Hello, go ahead, sir. Go through.
yeah, I guess in people who are interested in the market, they're just there was a timeline in the last notice given by MFS the MOU that they want to have with 100% um with purchasing 100% of microfinance solutions
Mm-hmm.
limited. Um and I guess that had a timeline on it of 90 days. Um expecting closure on the transaction or
90 days from when?
I believe from when the notice was given out.
From when it was signed by both parties, which was November 28th, 2022. I just
Right.
added the context for everybody.
No man, yeah man, no
Yeah.
problem. And yeah, the 90 days pass and people are like them don't have to tell us something. Just know that
Yeah,
no they
I,
pass.
I am in two minds. I'm not giving my personal view on it. I don't know that they have to tell us per se, and there are lots
Tell
of
us what?
things under the. Yeah, what were you looking to hear? Let me ask that. What were you looking to hear, Loco?
Um so I mean I'll just play devil's advocate to go along with this. I'm not necessarily looking to hear anything.
Okay.
Um based on the conversation, people looking to hear, yes, that is settled and it's settled by means that they're going to have some other terms as to how they're going to do the transaction.
Hmm.
And people in the market know that the MFS don't have no money. So where them get the money from?
That's
And
true, though. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
yeah,
Please.
okay, well, yeah, no problem. I just in it. That they do. There's a lot of dialogue that they would have reported what 5 million in revenue or something like that.
Maybe I know that since they have taken over the company and they've been running it, they are in a much better position now. They had 5 million in profit in the first
Right.
quarter,
Yeah. When
and for the second quarter they had 500,000 in profit. So year to date they're at 5.8 million in profit. But this is a company that's coming from loss after loss after loss. In fact, their last big profit was a paper profit, meaning there's financial, there's a gain on write-off. There's not any cash in the bank account.
right.
I said, I think you said it on this, I think you said it on this, that their current profit and revenue to me is very heartening because it indicates to me like the company is like a new company now, right? It's not like they're making a whole heap of money now, but the money
Mm,
they're making is real money being actually made, right?
right.
And they're going in a similar. There actually is a new team, new management, new board. They're going in a completely new direction. So just like you, I'm excited about it, but I didn't have any. I'm also in two minds about the expectation of the thing. But you sound like you say you're playing devil's advocate. The devil don't need no advocate. Um, so you don't want to go into, you don't have to. I don't even really want to explain it today. I don't mind, but
Yeah.
I
I mean, no,
get that complaint.
just in general, I do. I think that just followed a line of a lot of complaints on the market where we think we know how something go, but we never really look it up, or we don't really have the full context behind what's the complaint. We just have money in this thing, and people want what they want out of the money with the time they want out of the money. But it's sometimes it's not about what you not sometimes, pretty much almost all the time, it's not about what you want. It's the road you're gonna take to get there, and it's just as usual. We need to have as much context as we can get to know how something work in order to
How it
get
should work. Yeah.
or, or how something should work to guide us as to what we're supposed to get. So um
And especially in finance locally, we, we I have found that oftentimes we tend to have an idea of how things go or supposed to go without actually knowing how it's actually supposed to go. I remember, like you have no idea how many people have debated over the years and things, and two things you talk and you realize, wait, only one of us has actually read the rules, and the
Uh-huh.
other person
Come
is
on, come
new.
on, come on.
Yeah, very very common problem. So I'm agreeing with you from that. That you maybe check into check out the rules. There might be. I get the complaint, and I think there's profit that might come from it, and I hope so because I do own some MFX too. So I'm not trying to not make money this year. So I do hope that out of the complaint there will come profit.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah, and hey, MFS is also is the Godspeed stock in it. So
Oh yeah,
hope
it's that too. I was looking at this was one of my examples of last year.
mm-hmm.
It was a complaint that the people buying out the company from SLVC were buying it at a price less than the market price.
Correct. They were by at the time when the announcement came out, the share price was 98 cents,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
then
I read it. I already seen it, and I saw the complaints, and I
By
was baffled, bro. I mean, we had this conversation. It was me looking at it and saying, how much times are we going to do this? Like, we've
yo,
been here before.
But
How do
that
we have the same complaint? But then they go back to not many of
but
us really check or anything like that.
that I'm supposed to look on the market the day and type in the number they see at close and say, man, that where I buy it for. And that they're supposed to do.
Yeah, man. And it was a complaint around that, and a complaint that the price people are buying it. Why would you buy a company for more than somebody else bought it for?
hmm
That literally makes no sense. Chances are, if you're buying a company on the market now, it's more expensive than its IPO price. You are buying it for less than a lot of other people, for more than a lot of other people bought it for. As long as the value to you is the value to you, you are fine. Now, what's the other man pocket? Boy, say Randy bought for five. I will never buy for 501. That not make no sense.
well,
But here we
yeah.
are.
So
How
That,
dare
so
those guys buy it for cheaper than us, or cheaper than I can get it for, and
mhm.
tell me the deal?
it'd be good if people would start a company and see how it can start from.
Yeah, like
I
that's
think
one
that's
thing
the
I
ultimate
always,
killer.
yeah, I
Many
always
people don't
keep that
really have no
No
interaction with
understanding of
business outside of.
business.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
It, it,
That's
it,
one thing that I always keep. Like, yo, and that's what I always remind myself. You hear me say it all the time. We are armchair quarterbacking this
yeah,
thing, right?
man.
Yeah, we don't. It's easy to say them should have did that, but you're not in the boardroom with them.
Mm-hmm.
Or
that's
some
a,
people say we're not at the table. Table. So,
Yeah, straight up.
the people at the table have to make the decisions with information in front of them, and then we have the benefit of not having that
And
stress
yeah,
and
say
being
all the
able
top
to
speed
judge
one say.
exactly.
So we're not at
That's
the
a
table.
great example of how it works out. Like 200 or 300% profit ahead of it. No, but yeah, that's a good example of a complaint or a profit. Thank you very much for that, later.
yeah, no problem, man. Yeah.
Good job. Let me take our next one, sir. The big cutter himself. Also another week.
Yeah, man,
Silver
big up,
level.
guys. What's up?
What's up, bossy? How things?
Sure deal. What's good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I actually wanted to come in on that main event
Complaint?
courtroom conversation,
Ah.
Oh man,
or
we're gonna
complaint.
load up all of these things again, all of the tabs. Go through. It's alright, no problem. How
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, yeah. Just the importance of I think I don't know um how much technology we had in our Jamaica had in its court system before in terms of um broadcast, witness statement and so forth. I don't know. I know from where I am here
Mm-hmm.
in because as a physician I've had to um the witness been
Or like
witnessing
an
court
expert witnessing cases
in court, right? So,
in
right,
Jamaica.
exactly.
In
No,
Jamaica.
here in Turks and Caicos.
Okay.
So before the pandemic, now you go into the court, and then since the pandemic, they've had to adapt to using Zoom like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Secure networks, and you're doing the trials from me as a witness. I don't have to go to the court. I don't know if this whole Klansman thing was for that purpose, um, employed for that reason. But the point I was trying to make is that regardless of whether or not it's because of adaptation um, during a pandemic and now post-pandemic
Mm-hmm.
or not, the fact is an audiovisual or doing a court a trial over um, over the internet where the defendants and the judge and the lawyers they're in different places. It's extremely important for it to be very reliable and well managed because of the of
The
course the rights
nature
of
of
the
the thing.
accused,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
nature of the thing, right? The rights
Yeah.
of the accused um is not like my little meeting of my department and if the thing they
Mm-hmm.
go off, it's just annoying. This is a big deal, and you could be encroaching on somebody's rights. You're not giving them a last year trial, them they throw everything off. So
You're talking about like witness safety and all of that, right?
right, witness
Yeah,
safety.
yeah, yeah.
But Phil, them just I go say a two speaker the man them take and fling in a court and that cost $60 million for the child. That I go say. That's all
That's
that's all the
fine.
people I'm gonna see,
Well,
right?
I don't know what's going to be said, but I know that again I'm biased because I own event shares. I'm just happy that they're paying for it. And if you use my thing, you have to pay. Okay, then don't use mine. This is my price. You get me?
Correct.
My price is my price. You don't want to use my thing, go somewhere else. If you use my thing, this is my price.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
And main event were besides this, they were doing a lot of they had adapted a lot over the pandemic to
mhm.
facilitating office meetings and so forth,
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah.
secure networks.
Well, meetings are like I know that they did COVID safe events. They were trying, but now that COVID done, the thing that impacted me the most was just how more efficient they got.
Yeah.
I think the net profit margin moved going from memory. But I think like at the end of last year it went to something like 9% coming from maybe a 2% or something like that. I'm going from memory again, but I believe it's 9 point something percent in terms of the margin. And then for the first quarter, no, I mean it's probably even better. So yeah, to me, this is them not complaining and choosing instead to profit. Yeah.
But in terms of what you're talking about, Randy, I mean, I don't know. I'm not familiar. I don't know how. I know they had different departments and a wide range of stuff, but like something like the Mayberry Forum, I don't know how frequent that was something that they did help execute in them general activities. I don't know how. I believe those are doing things like that is a growth opportunity and more. It's not instead of just doing like corporate party or something,
Mm-hmm.
actually doing the visual, like giving the support to do the like a corporate, presentation or YouTube or
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. That is an area where they would more grow into that wouldn't have did it like 5 years ago. Right, yeah, man. They grew into that over the pandemic. That's what that kind of thing I was talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you completely. Yeah, I agree with you. So that's them profiting from the complaints of COVID. Uh, but really, the growth in them numbers is definitely from events, the big parties.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that last year they hit a
That's the
billion
big
from that
weapon.
alone, I believe. Over a billion just from that last year, just from that segment. Install to me again is still another segment that show massive
Potential.
potential. Yeah, because that thing wedding point I mentioned earlier and other things like that. So yeah, it's a complaint and there are profit points in it. Some of them will see so far, some of them will probably see in the future. Who knows? So that was all you wanted to say, seriously? Or you had something else in mind?
Yeah, man. Just the other thing I thought of speaking about on the tonight was I don't think it's really along the complaint or profit line,
Mm-hmm.
but there's certainly some complaint in there from my viewpoint is
Mm-hmm.
the week it from a standpoint of a couple of weeks for me, particularly this week, I had a big cash demand, which was kind of sudden on me,
Mm-hmm.
and um, just thinking about if this kind of thing had happened to me years ago, um, not even that many years ago, uh, I would be struggling with options in terms of how to get this cash and so forth, and just I have to big up the market. Is the stock market that I was able to lean on.
Me
Um,
too.
yeah,
Me too.
and I mean I ran into some brick walls in trying to get the funding to get the money, and at the end of the day, I end up just yeah, well, my stocks for sell, so just sell them.
That's what they're for.
That's what they're for.
That's what they're
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
If you need it, if the alternative is to need it and not have it.
Right. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
what
And
can you
I
do?
mean, I have to big up you guys in particularly. I have to big up people like Chris Berry, um,
Chris Berry sending for that.
the Godfather.
Big up
No,
Sir
no,
Berry
no.
still. What might they say
Every
for that,
time.
you know?
No, well, I have to big up Mayberry itself. I mean, Mayberry, the one of my brokers.
Did he send you to
Um,
say that
and
still?
he did not send me to say that, sir.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. They're good on the. Well, yeah, you're giving them the praise, and I've seen it, of course. I've benefited from it, of course. And like I said, I want more people to give them more competition. I don't want them to be the only ones. On
Hmm.
that side, on the client side, I want there to be more competition. On the client side of things, I want more people, more brokers to take the market, actually take the market seriously.
And it benefits all of us if that happens.
Yeah, yeah. We need all around. So you just came on to talk about the main event and the Mayberry ad. Okay. Ah boy. Well, big up, Sir Berry again, and big up, of course, still. And last call. Anybody want to jump on tonight with
Last
speak
call,
request?
huh?
Yeah. Last call for bridge.
Taking the last call.
Yeah. If nobody sends, of course, we'll say very much thank you to you guys and good night. And of course, thanks to everybody who sent a speaking request. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been trying to make these episodes a whole lot shorter. Um, and yo, it's a
It's a
lot,
task,
man.
but
So make them
we get there
shorter.
sometimes, right?
Yeah, man, it nice to make them shorter, man. It's like I can start getting my pieces on my Friday night, and I don't mind, you know.
Yeah. Oh, you know, sir?
Trust me,
Actually,
I, d-
I might do so.
I don't, I don't mind at all. Yeah, so we give me a lot away over the years, and
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I don't think we need to keep that level of exposure. And of course, the last call himself, Sir Berry, you come to make sure say
Closing remark.
Sir Phil, Sir Phil invoice fully paid. Sir Berry, can you hear us?
Yes, yes, yes.
How you doing? How you doing, sir?
That's good, boss.
I'm good. I just jump on just before you about to
Anything?
close off and most appreciative of Sir Phil's endorsement there. Every time, Sir Bill.
Still, I
So
want 20% out of I'm paying you.
so it's kind of funny, way back in the day. I used to spend a lot more time actually trading international.
Hmm.
And there are a lot of chat groups like this, a lot of stuff like this. I mean, as many you know. And I was back in the day, I was always dreaming that one day, we'd have something like this in Jamaica. So, I think Jamaica actually more well suited for it because, the common denominator of the one cocoa full basket is so much more powerful in our whole scenario.
Yep.
So I just love this. But on the complaint or profit,
Yeah,
I
let's
came
hear
on
your
late, so
complaint.
I don't know what people were talking about. I'm gonna throw out Wigton in that.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, is that let me hear the complaint around with Dan first.
Well, I mean, all of us know the complaint. I mean, it started off so fantastic, and then we had the profit surprise and the lack of information surprise, and the whole thing fell apart. Went back down to the IPO price. A
Close.
lot of stocks
Yeah.
change. It actually went back down to 50 cents.
Oh,
Last
yeah,
week,
you're right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
October 4th, it
Good.
closed at 49 cents. Yeah. And
Right.
middle of the pandemic, October 4th, 2021.
Yeah. But hopefully, I think that's behind us now. So I think the complaint time is over and the profit time is coming in now.
Well, if you said that, I know that your MJE is a strong owner of it, but you're not on the board or anything like that, right?
No, no, we don't have any seats on the board. I
So
kind
I
of been
thought,
I kind of been moving away from that. If I don't have to be on the board, I don't.
mhm. can
Yeah, because then
understand
I
that.
can buy and sell whenever I feel like, you know. But on the board,
I can understand that. Let me ask you something though. The last complaint I saw or heard around Wixon, recent enough though, was how they, and I'm paraphrasing, it's not my words, how them overpay for that piece of land in Surrey.
Oh,
You agree with that complaint? Because I
well,
follow that
well,
complaint right down into what I hope is profiting. So,
so my beef with the land. I mean, I didn't really make much of a big thing about the land. I wasn't
hmm
too happy about that move.
mm.
But I
really,
mean, no, they have no business buying land and building offices. They should pay us that money in dividend, man. They're sitting on
well,
billions of dollars doing nothing with it. Why are they buying land?
I followed it, like I say, I saw the complaint and I followed it to possible profit. I don't know if I want to share all the possible profit because I'm not done buying it, but I could see a reason for them to buy land. I could see a reason for them to buy land. I can understand you wanting dividends since I don't think anybody own more than you. I don't think any one person owns more than
Well,
your
I
company.
mean, there's lots of things they can do to profit off of it. I
Uh-huh.
agree. But so far, none of those has really been, based on the information I have, I don't know that they were buying it to do anything other than develop it as a real estate play. That's what the information reaching me, which I'm not on the board, so I only know what people tell me. So, I mean, I don't, I think I prefer more pure plays.
hmm
If you're a so-called energy guru, just try
Pure
stick to
energy.
that. So,
hmm
if it is that they were gonna, you know, buy something, build some warehouse and put some solar panel in it and sell it back to the public, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. But just developing real estate for developing real estate, there's so
Yeah.
many real estate development experts out there. Why would an energy company want to be doing that?
All right, I hear you. I hadn't heard the real estate side. I was thinking along the same energy production side. Um, that entire area, I think, could use energy provision alternatives as long as it's within the Power Act or whatever the correct Electricity Act of Jamaica. And I think Wixon might have solutions along those lines, but I'm also not on the board, and I will take your
Yeah.
word for it for now. But let's see.
But think about it like this, Randy. If you're gonna do power,
hmm
right? So they're known as clean power, alternative energy type people.
hmm
So yes, I mean you're going to clean power, alternative. You want cheap land, you don't want expensive land.
True.
And don't
Yeah.
make no sense. Yeah, if you're going to put up a power plant, then that's a different matter. But I don't know that an acre would be sufficient to build a plant that can serve that whole area. I mean, from what,
Unless,
it's not a
unless
power.
it's some,
From what
unless
I
it's
hear,
some,
I could be
unless
wrong.
it's some kind of power that you'd have to be extremely efficient. I could be wrong also, so we'll all see. That's the beauty of it. We have to wait to see.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's just a small amount of money, so relative to what they're playing with. So I didn't really, I'm not gonna jump
Never
up
really
and down over
complain.
that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's not. It don't really move the needle.
I mean, yeah, 1.5 million US. Yeah, chicken feed, huh?
Well, I mean, they're sitting on billions, eh?
So, hey, Sir Barry, listen, I am proud that I've gotten to a point in Jamaica where I can be an accord and somebody can call that small money. I'm not even disagreeing with you. You are correct in terms
No,
of the
I'm just
pumping
comparing it
itself.
to their cash on their balance sheet.
Mhm.
No, man, and I agree with you. I used to buy bun and cheese. So I agree with you. I'm just looking at it from perspective. Since I have you here, I don't have a complaint, but I'll ask about it because I saw some wonderful pictures recently. I don't
Ah,
know. Yeah, I don't know if that's something you want to talk about. I thought it was posted publicly. I don't know if it's something that you want to talk about.
Well, it's not much to talk about. It's all about the racetrack. I mean, as most of you know, SBL owns the license to operate Caymanas Park, which is a racetrack. They own a racetrack in Jamaica.
hmm
So since 2017 till now, we have been able to get the revenues up by about 50%.
Mm-hmm.
and we just put in a 5 million US dollar energy plant out there, solar plant, and we invest a lot of money in the infrastructure and stuff. So we're lucky enough to get invited to the Hong Kong Jockey Club, which is like, that's like the mecca
Oh,
of horse racing in the world, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we a group of us went to try and learn some stuff from them and see what they're doing. It was just mind blowing, they're at a whole different place than we can even hope to be, because of course, their economy is so much larger than Jamaica's. I mean, when you go in Hong Kong, it's like, it's just amazing.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, it's like endless skyscrapers and construction everywhere, and it's something else.
Yeah. I
So
to,
I hear the gambling industry down there is very well developed.
yeah, they're big on gaming. I mean, just to give you an example, on Sunday we went to the racetrack, and our racetrack in Jamaica, we might do 400,000 US for the day in revenue.
mm-hmm.
They did 200 million US in one day.
Cha-cha.
Ooh, sorry, so
Wow.
they said 200 mil US in one day.
In one day,
You know
Whoa.
what? That I
we do
saw a headline when I seen.
$100,000 US in one day is what we do.
Wow,
And they have the same amount of race days that we have. We have 88, they have 18. So that's just give the idea of the scale of the whole operation. It's incredible.
Wow.
wow, wow. I when I do some research around it, when I started doing some research, I saw articles speaking about I thought also I don't remember who somebody in the Gabon says again. Uh, speaking about how like when Hong Kong looking for greater tax, and so they look to the jockey club. That's why I realized that thing is a massive thing because it's
Well, I think they're the biggest. Don't quote me on this, but I was told by one person that they're the biggest taxpayer over there. But
wow.
it's like crazy money they pay in tax, because gaming don't pay the same kind of tax like regular
Yeah.
companies.
You
So
guys pay a lot.
yeah, we pay a lot of tax. So they have to pay. It's no different for them. They pay a lot of tax. So
Wow.
they will
Yeah,
be
the
one
club
of
is already Hong Kong's largest taxpayer and then of Asia's top donor.
them. Yeah. Oh, you just
Wow.
Googled it a while ago.
Yeah, man, I just brought back up the article. So,
It's yeah. So it's crazy. I mean, the guys told us that they have like 20,000 members, and each member pay like $50,000 a year to be a member.
mhm.
This is not Hong Kong. This is US. That's like $1 billion in membership fees.
Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The infrastructure, crazy, crazy.
And do they use their venue for anything else?
They do. So, um, yes, they do use the venues for other things. So, like they have two tracks in the city.
Hmm.
One is called Happy Valley, and that one they use it for. They have a lot of football and recreational stuff in the center field, and they also do musical events and stuff like that.
Mm,
So
mm, mm, mm. And you guys were there to see what kind of opportunities you could maybe learn from and transplant to the SBL
Knowledge.
experience.
yeah, definitely,
This
100%.
is right.
Okay. And
Yeah,
SBL still owns 10% of main event.
yeah. SBL owns 10%, and Mayberry owns like almost 10%, 9.9 or 9.8%, something like that.
Ah, ah.
Yeah.
So they are putting that in my mind as a dot.
What do you mean by a dot?
A dot is a thing I say. You connect the dots to make a picture. So that to me is a dot right there because
Well,
one thing Jamaica, Kingston especially needs is a set venue for events. I remember seeing a conversation online talking about that and main event I think has a showing for that sort of thing. Like they can put on the best parties in Jamaica. They do in
we
terms.
actually got JV with them, a joint venture company that's
Mhm.
started for the sole purpose of doing that. Mm-hmm.
actually.
Mm.
Yeah. So we want to do that at Cayman and develop that as a entertainment venue, not just horse racing.
Yeah,
Uh,
you said it before, man.
yeah, it's not new. It's
Not
old
new.
information.
Yeah.
They just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Hmm.
You know,
Well,
so
yeah,
I mean, I think now is a good time to start going there
well,
out of COVID.
we had COVID for sure. That
Yeah.
was nothing was happening. But
Hmm.
also, there was a lot of work, just basic stuff that was required at the track.
Hmm.
That 30 years of being run down. So
Hmm.
we had to spend a lot of money to just deal with some infrastructure issues and stuff like that. And we weren't welcome out there, um, to say the least. And
yeah,
I don't think it's more than people just you're an unknown entity.
Hmm.
You're not part of the horse community, so people would just naturally feel that you're going to give them a bad deal.
Hmm.
Um,
And things run certain way for how long, and just get used to it and know it's nothing new.
well,
resistant to change.
Yep.
so I think so far, um, we have kind of did our best to show the community out there. Well, I told them at the beginning, I said to them, listen, guys, as long as I'm around, and I have influence over SPL. I mean, I'm not going to kill a sport that's been going on in Jamaica for 300 years. I don't want on my tombstone. So, whatever I can do to really make sure that horse racing not only continues, but becomes a better sport in Jamaica. And there's quite a lot of people involved in it, much more than what people realize.
Yeah.
Uh, and the thing I like about it is the connectivity, right? So it has a great connectivity from, if you think about it, the groomsman, you don't have a more humble type of profession than somebody who have to take care of a horse every day, brush him every day, and
Mm-hmm.
make sure him have fresh hair and all of them kind of things. But when it comes to the races, you have literally, not in Jamaica, but at the bigger tracks in the world, yeah, you have billionaires at this racing horses on the same course with regular people.
Really? What do
So,
you think? How much does that cost? As a regular man, if I want to go into owning
so the,
horses,
so the people who really love horses, they buy horses, and
Hmm.
you can buy. You know, there have been cases where $20,000, $50,000 horses beat multi-million-dollar horses and win major stakes. So because a horse is not expensive, don't mean you know, it's not a good horse. It's
that's
a great leveler.
yeah. But I mean, in
And
terms of like, if I wanted to be a horse owner, I want to own a horse.
in in, Jam-
Average in Jamaica.
in
What,
Jamaica,
what,
it's not expensive. In Jamaica, it costs you like $1,000 a month to maintain and train the horse. And to buy
US?
the horse is up to you. You can spend 10,000 US, 20,000 US, $1 million US. It's up to your pocket.
It costs about
So,
1,000 US a month if you're
I
if you're
mean,
a horse owner
yeah,
per horse.
to feed and train the horse. And
Hmm.
Okay.
yeah, so it's not that expensive. They were telling us in Hong Kong it's like about 10,000 a month to keep a horse.
Ooh. Mm. Just taxes are just the whole Hong Kong is it costs more to keep a horse there.
Everything over there costs more. I mean, when you just look on the infrastructure, I mean, it's like night and day. Plus, they import the best of the best from all over the world, right? And so their trainers are world class trainers, and many of their jockeys are international.
Mm.
Um, so it's the pay is international. So Jamaica is just like based on Jamaica, so it's not the same deal.
Hmm.
If
So
you
it's a
understand,
model. Yeah, it's a model that we can see. So, all right.
it's
Got
not
Nice.
some
something
breeding
that
labs over there, no?
it's definitely not something you can copy over into Jamaica, but it's something you can. There are a couple of little things that we saw that we gotta try to
Check out
implement
and implement.
that the other work.
Right.
Okay.
Innovation.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I hope so. I'm happy to hear it. Thank you very, very much for
Mhm.
telling us that. Is that I like the complaints and I like the hopeful profit from it. Yeah. Yeah.
They've been working on the new terms of reference for bidding on renewables now for over 3 years, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in the people who are in charge were saying that we should have seen that new offerings, requests for bids from last year. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this anytime now, certainly within the next 3 to 6 months, we should see that. And I'm hoping that Wicton can be successful in winning one of these bids. That would be great.
I saw news come out that they got them and their joint venture company got a wonderful bid with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. And
Mhm.
I like how the disclosure was very clear in stating exactly how much the contract was, 7,328,445 US dollars and 17 cents. Yeah, yeah. So I like that level of disclosure from companies.
That one come out.
That came out March 21st. So
Oh,
Early this week.
yeah,
yeah, that's in the middle of my trip. I missed that one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Jet lag problems, I can understand. I too hope one day to miss notices because I'm in Hong Kong, but I get you. And I don't like to give away too much for free in terms of the research that I've seen, but I know the phase 1 of Wixon was a big concern. Actually, did some underground research there the other day. I took a drive up there to look at it,
Oh,
and
you did the tour?
no, not the tour, just jump the fence and go. I even joke. I said, just jump the fence and go. It's a big property and
Hmm.
it's impressive up there. It's nice and cool. So, and I'm saying that because I also believe the government gave them the 20 year. They gave them a 20 year the 20 year license, and I believe they have also approved maybe phase 1. I don't take that with a grain of salt. I'm going from memory.
The
So
extension, yeah. Isn't there something like that? Extension on phase one? Or got approved?
what
But
my
I have to spend.
expectation is that
That's the complaint I got out here.
my
People
expect
complain that they have to spend a lot of money.
well, that's good. That's a good one. The complaint was, which we've heard before, that the phase 1 is almost out of use. Like it's
Hmm.
at end of life.
Hmm.
Yes,
And so I look on that and I
I
look for the profit.
know where they should be able to get that upgraded and continue. That's the same information I'm hearing too. So that's
Exactly.
Hmm.
And to add to that, what I think now, so when they got that, that would have been phase 1 was how many years ago? I feel like almost 20 years ago, right?
Hmm.
So so windmill technology now is much more efficient than it was 20 years
Then.
ago. Yeah,
Hmm.
when I was looking at the windmills themselves, you can tell the ones in phase 1 because they're bigger, they're huger, and when you look, you can see some smaller ones, much more efficient, smaller footprint, and if they can fit on the same space, but there's a whole heap of space up there. I'm not an
Hmm.
engineer, so I took all that with a grain of salt, but if you can fit on the space up there, I think
man. No ones are more efficient. There's no doubt about
yeah. But there's no doubt in my mind either. But I don't own as much as you, and I don't own enough yet. I'm still buying, so so I
it.
leave it to
And then there's still some T's and I's that need to be dotted and K. So that
Good
process is
amount.
not complete, but
Hmm.
it's definitely down the road from what I heard. So that's definitely good news if they can wrap that up. But right now, there's lead times and shortages. So um, it's not like it's a place to order today. I hear it's like
Ah.
it take like 18 months to get the new equipment or 2 years or something like that. So
18 months to get the new equipment. When did you hear that?
yeah,
Was
because
it?
that's where I hear the mark. 3 months ago when I did the research, that's what I
Mm-hmm.
was told. I
Hmm.
don't know
18.
what the current status of the market is. I don't think people just build windmills and just have them put down in.
Put out. Have fun.
I heard that there's a country in the region, and I'll save it for my girl, Dad. I feel this one, dog. That. But I
Yeah, but
agree with you
save
that
it
there
for
is
them.
usually a
Them
lead time.
take,
Sorry, repeat that. Repeat
I
that.
said, yeah, man, let them pay. Save it for your grow grad. Since you sound like you've done some research already.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've done a lot of research. That's my thing. Girl needs Dory to research, and I put the research in, and it has not stopped paying off yet. So, thank you for this. Thank you for pointing out a couple of things that I'm sure a lot of people didn't see before. And
I understand.
yeah, I hope you guys check. I hope you guys at
Get the
Mayberry,
blessing you get.
yeah, and push more looking towards the market in terms of our seeing.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a group effort. I think definitely once more people working together, it's the one cocoa full basket. I think is very powerful in Jamaica. Jamaica's wealth demographics is heavily skewed to a small number of people owning most of the wealth. So
Mm-hmm.
the stock exchange to me is like a perfect way because you may educate yourself. You may have a really good job, but you can't really run a company. You have a job. So the stock market, gives you that opportunity of participating in that whole wealth creation system of ownership,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then most people now, they are taught about savings. They're not taught about investing. So yourself and Dan, I have been doing a great job of teaching people the difference. So the more people that can come into this level of understanding of this opportunity, it can be really transformational for our little island. And I know a lot of people like to talk about, US market and China market and and all of that. But, I always like Jamaican market because I think say, better to dance a yard
I 100%
I
agree with you.
agree. Yep.
because,
Yeah, man.
the environment that we have is so fragile. And if we can build more opportunities here, then we're going to have less of them Portmore kind of thing that we don't like,
That's probably.
less problems. So it's the stock market a great vehicle for that and the whole community, what you guys doing and is great.
Yeah,
So, we also have to keep it going the best we can, keep investing in not just in the market, but in the whole infrastructure of what makes it happen.
agree.
Is
I
that
agree.
I like
100%.
so thanks for giving me this opportunity. Good night,
No
everybody.
problem.
Have a great week next week investing.
No problem. Thank
All
you
right,
very
Thank
much,
no,
you
bro.
thank
very
you,
much,
Big,
Jerry.
big up.
Kirby.
As always.
Big up, big up. Thank you. All right. I was going to wrap it, then and thank you again to both for jumping in. But I see Jerry Matt
Jerry
jump
jump
on
on.
right at
Yeah.
the end. Yeah. So Jerry, let me know you want
Jerry
to
last
say before
caller,
we
last caller.
last caller, Jerry.
Big up. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man,
Clearly,
yeah,
yeah,
man.
clearly.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm here for one primary reason. Kind of grow at essentially.
Randy, are you using?
I did not send him. I can't afford
Not,
to
not,
pay me that, but yeah.
not at all. Maybe a smart have said me, or maybe my daughter them. But yeah, I've been taking note over the past couple of weeks. There are a number of people who come on who mention that they have done grow, and I mean, kind of spot one and two weaknesses. And I just want to lay it out there, having done beginner grow multiple times myself. Don't feel afraid. I'm just saying this out there for everybody. Don't be afraid to redo grow. The truth is, it's a lot of information to take in on the first go, and oftentimes, especially because you're going with somewhat of a preconceived notion, meaning your expectations might not match the reality of grow, so you don't learn as much as you should. And then the primary missing piece is that you don't often go practicing what you learn at grow immediately. And just like with most things, if you're not practice what you learn, you eventually start losing it and kind of easy to follow the foolishness. You see me? And
True, true, true.
yeah, the foolishness sound not and nice and fancy, so it's always easier to follow that. And I'm just encouraging all of the people who have done grow and may believe that you're struggling. do it again. You see me? Do it again, but pay attention to especially, as Rando said, the first part of grow is the most important part of grow. And having over the years trying to help and teach people, I realize that that is always the missing piece of the puzzle because it's not as exciting and it don't sound as fun. So many people do grow and them remember all of the other parts. So like when Randy may pick a company and go through that company, they'll remember those bits and pieces because
I
they're
don't
trying
pick
to
the
figure out.
company, so, you know. That's the worst part. Remember, I
That's
don't
it.
pick it.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
pick it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so they decided a company and then you go through it and as the thing you always say, you can talk, you can highlight good points about any company.
Any company,
Mm-hmm.
anything can sound nice.
Yeah,
And
and
that
I find that many people go in trying to identify a company to buy. I
yeah.
mean, I personally kind of went in my first grow thinking that because of this money amount, maybe even find the right place to put it. But and I'm saying to people, don't be afraid to redo. And at the end of the day, you master the principles. Or even if you don't master all of them, you master most of them. A lot of your
Mm-hmm.
misery right now can disappear. And
Why?
then I
No, go ahead.
go
Go
through,
ahead.
bro.
No, I
That
know.
one, I'm just saying that then I mentioned this point this evening that I think you said that you are Danai. The important thing about learning is learning that you still don't know all of you need to learn. And you'll continue learning and learning and learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even in our courses, I think one of the most fulfilling thing for me on this journey is having discussions with yourself and Danai and pointing out things that you and Danai probably never realized before. And I
Well,
mean, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think people realize that I've said it, that why one of the reasons why I still do it every week. Like
Mm-hmm.
every week before I do it, I don't want it. And I do it
Oh
every
yeah.
week nonetheless. But the reason why is one, the discipline of doing it. And two, like I really know that it helps the people who take it serious.
I'm good.
And I know that there are people, yeah, I know people
You
jump
don't
on
want to
and
go
then,
until you go.
yeah, exactly. Well, no, brother. I'm going to go gym every morning, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Really?
Anyway,
Boy, I need to catch up back then.
yeah. But
Nah,
yeah,
man.
Well, I've got since
It's full of it
December.
again, man. It's full of it again, man.
yeah, I hope so.
I've been go since December.
Well, you know, I miss much. But yeah, the point is, I get that it helps people and it helps me. And oftentimes, my week is so busy that it's oftentimes the only time that I get to have a conversation about the market. And especially people who listen to earnings season from us start to know, remember why I started doing this. When you get good at investment, when you love the market, you want to talk about it. You want to talk to people, and you don't want to have a, well, at least
You
I
don't have
don't
a
want
half
to have,
discussion. You don't want to, you
exactly.
know,
I don't want
act
to,
like say you're not in the market. You don't want to act like say the market no real. You know what?
Yeah, man.
There's
and I
nobody
don't,
talking about the market. So we have to do
and,
it, right?
and I don't want it, and this is personal, because this really is a personal effort in many ways. It's a selfish personal effort in that I want to have a conversation and I don't want to have a pretend conversation. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, which one is sound good enough? I
And then leave it there.
want, yeah, man, I want to go into the points of why it's good. I'm excited about the thing. I put money into the thing. I'm not putting money in which one yet, by the
You know
way.
what I do, you know what I just think about?
I'm, but I'm going to. but sorry, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Think of how often the person that are saying something bad about a company
Mm-hmm.
and it's same complaint thing, and the Lopo was saying don't do the research or whatever. Think of how often the conversation stops there. It's okay, I don't like this company for this
Mm-hmm.
reason, and they never
Mm-hmm.
really check beyond anything. I mean,
Yeah.
think with brick talk is that, bro. How often will a man come in and say, yo, I mean, Victor, somebody was saying we need more energy solutions in the market because there's no energy company in the market. Remember that?
When the government start taking green energy serious,
Yeah.
like,
Vision 2030. This is now a Vision 2033 or 35 or 37, something like that. Whatever it
something
is.
like that. But you notice what almost always touches conversation is that
Mm-hmm.
question that I
It
ask.
always stops.
Did you check? That's
Mm-hmm.
all. Did you check? And that pisses people off. And I understand it pisses people off. But my thing is, I would rather be pissed off by a did you check? And then I check and I learn and I earn than, yeah, man, I agree with you. And then you miss out.
Nothing. Yeah. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say how often we said good company not a good enough reason.
for a company to for a stock price, right? But
Yeah.
if the conversation stops at good company, then who are you helping? Right? Like,
Yeah.
if that's the president just thing, we come here, imagine we come here every single I mean every listener right now would know. Imagine like
Mhm.
if every time you call in, no matter which stock you ask for, we tell you what it's a good company, man. And we just
What
leave
do you
it there.
think about?
Who
What do you think
what you think
about
about it's a good company.
SIL? It's a good company, and
You
then
know I wouldn't
for
be telling
me,
you anything.
yeah, or it's a bad company, right? Yo,
Uh-huh.
everything
And left
good,
it there so.
everything bad.
Everything good, everything bad.
The,
So
the, the, the profit is in the details, and I still think just like like I happened I hear Sir talk about years ago, in which
mhm.
that there was this sort of thing locally. I
It
was
jokes
in
to me
there
that you said the
at
same
the
thing.
start. Then I know that when I started, I asked Danai to do this thing with me, and why? It's because like why not shut up and just make the money? Because we're making the money. Why not shut up and make the money? I'm like it's deeper than that. Like
And
it's deeper
it
than
is a
me just
lot,
making
you
money.
know.
Yeah,
And
and there's a
the
whole
ma-
lot more that I don't usually talk about. But Barry, okay, so what
Alright.
I wish I could have talked to Sir Barry more about the Hong Kong thing. Hong Kong has one of the most active stock exchanges in the world,
Mhm.
and I think that has a massive impact on the economy and everything. Along with
bro, bro,
the jockey club, right? And I look at Jamaica and I think about what we can be 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 years from now
it's
if
an
we have
active
that
stock
same
market.
thing. Yeah, man.
And if we don't have people looking at the market, then you
Hmm.
don't have market.
It's not just
Right?
people looking at the market. If you have people
No, as in
thinking
looking
about
mean yeah man. So
something
yeah.
that is shared and complex in a way that regular people can understand, you push it away. But I can tell myself, I can feel myself getting more under the wonderful appetite that I've been drinking from earlier. So
I could tell.
I'm
Big
not
up.
gonna continue online. Big up Appleton, big up dry spring every single time.
Every
And
time.
yeah, and so I'm gonna cut it there for the public. Thank you guys very, very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Um, link up tomorrow if you want to the grow. I'm gonna leave the grow thing for tomorrow up until maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I might leave it up actually maybe until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. But after I lock off, go start 10 o'clock tomorrow. If you sign up, if it's up and you pay your money, you will be included. Don't worry. And you get a discount to Sugar Night. You don't want the grow, you start Sugar Night, be Hall Advisor. If you want the grow, everymickle.com, everymickle.com/GRWR. And you get a discount to Sugar Night to do it. To Sugar Night, it's a discount to come to grow. But they learn or at least enjoy this every week, and I hope you can pick up enough from it that it can help make you better. And thank you for the free ads there. Not I'm just saying you're paying your price. I can't afford to pay your price. But I am mindful
Boy,
that you
you
see the
pay for a
value.
long time, you know.
Then pay you back a long time.
Long time. I mean, I understand where it goes with money, and I mean, you have to price a thing in a way that people can afford it. But the truth is, if you really take grow seriously, the value you get from grow is priceless. You feel me?
Right. I
I
hope so.
I mean, me
That's
just
it.
want my I just want my little girls to get old enough and I catch on fast enough to realize this thing. You see me?
It's a be a screen Nigeria out.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder about that. I've always wondered. I drafted up a draw for kids maybe 2 years ago. I never really, and I've tested it with kids. I've never really done it properly. I've done test stuff with kids, and then I do like a type stuff, and I go and speak to like children's homes, and I tell them to, in a basic way, like kids of all ages. But I don't know, Joe. I don't know if I can get that to meet in my school days. Grow probably done this
Uh,
year. So at least in that
But
card.
I
So,
don't know if there's a
but
company
no.
on the market that does education in different ways, you know?
no. I'd have a serious talk with the CEO the other day, you know, because
Well,
him don't quite cater for my age children as yet, or his own child.
I'm sure that you remember the gentleman that went up on JATC thing last week, Wednesday, like protesting and then his wife calling.
Oh,
I suspect that that CEO's wife will
yes, man,
also
yes,
call
man,
him and for things
man,
will work out. Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
Big up the
hey,
CEO and big up his wife.
wait, I've been waiting for her to make. Yeah, man, I've been waiting for her to make that call. quite some time now. And see what you're thinking about it right there, the CA great. Yeah, but the wife need to call that shot. I think she has though. Just work in progress.
Exactly. Anyway, people, thank you very much for listening to this week. Thank you very much, Jerry, for joining us, and everybody else who joined us. Thank you, Danhai, for
Big
with
up
me as usual.
every time.
Big up to everybody, and look out for us next week. Maybe not. Who knows? But look out. And it's been an big time. Hope you enjoyed it.
All
Have
right,
a
people,
good
that's
night.
up.